What is going on, guys? Welcome. How are you all doing today? Happy Wednesday. Hope you've had a good week so far. The PBA is back, so we got a lot of stuff going on. It's great. It's a great day to be a bowling fan. Let's see. PBA talk and new bowling balls. That's what we'll call it on TikTok. So let's go live on TikTok. Let's see who is all hopping in on this fine evening. First chatter of the day was Professor Turtle Guy coming in with a hello everyone. So I've been kicking off these streams at not kicking off, but prepping them around noon. So for a little bit of back story into my schedule. So during my lunch break, I'm coming back to do the Bowlers Network show with Carolyn Dorn Ballard and Jay Fettig. So we did that today, and then right when that's done, I pop the live stream up. I have the link and all that jazz, and then it opens up the chat room already. So I opened up the chat room, and Turtle Guy was the first one to hop in. So thank you. Yofo, what's up? Johnny, Tyran, Joe, Maniac, Celtic, James White, Grumpa, Turtle Guy again, Dreaming, Mark, Larry, Turtle Guy again, David Jones, Jeff, Cowboy. We're hitting everybody today. Hope you guys are excited. We're going to talk everything and anything PBA bowling with the first stop of the year happening. A little more of a deep dive into all that equipment that got announced last week. We've had a lot more information come out about things and a lack of information about other things, which I want to get into a little bit about how some of the companies just don't post much, which is kind of disappointing. And then a little bit more about just anything and everything bowling. Remember, this is a full Q&A live stream. So if you guys do enjoy this, make sure to drop a like, a subscription, and drop some questions or anything that you want. The hair was not good today. It's super windy here in Minnesota and just started snowing after being 50 degrees yesterday. So I'm repping the G Fuel hat, ZVL Bowling, for 30% off right now, which is crazy. But I'm really hoping that doesn't demolish my my viewership over on TikTok. TikTok is very strict with their branding, so I'll be very curious if they like what we're doing or not. But let's kick right into it. So I was just looking at the standings, actually. If you didn't know, the PBA Players Championship is going on right now. They're bowling on two different oil patterns. Viper, it's a very short pattern, a little bit less volume, and then Badger, which is 50 feet. So I was looking in on the scores, and there are some wild names. I actually started on the bottom of the list. Sean Rash's motive change has not done well so far, is the first thing I noticed. I watched a few of his clips earlier, and those balls do not match up with that guy at all, which is kind of disappointing. He can't throw swag, of course, because they are not PBA certified. Who else I see? I saw, let's see, we had a lot of odd names on the bottom. A lot of the lefties are getting crushed. Nate Stubler, Anthony Nauer, Gary Haynes. A lot of the lefties just are getting smacked across the board, so it is not a lefty condition. Carolyn today thought that the lefties would make a big surge this morning and tomorrow and this evening because they start again. I think they just started again. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. Kind of disappointing, though. Martin Larson backed out. Chris Vi, weirdly, is sucking, which is kind of surprising. So he must just not be matching up very well. A little bit disappointing on that front. He seemed like he was doing okay when I was watching Viper a little bit yesterday. He just couldn't carry all that well. I think he shot like 210 or something. But no, some of the guys like Sean Maldonado is absolutely knocking it out of the park. There's some guy named EJ Tackett, never heard of him. D-Ron Booker is surprisingly popping off. I say surprisingly because I thought this event was going to be just high rev rates galore, but he's able to keep his own. I mean, him, Trevor Roberts, Andrew Anderson now jumped into 7th after missing about 28 spares yesterday. So there's been a lot of cool things. Brad Miller is actually back in the cut again. He's been a whole train ride and a roller coaster ride and a half, which is crazy. But let's kick in to a couple of the questions that you guys have on this fine evening. Derek Miller missed the PBA Tour. Love that it's in season. I didn't know how much I missed watching professional bowling until I popped it on yesterday. Then I was like, man, I really needed this the last couple of months. This is great to have. I wish we had a little longer of a season, just always having qualifying on. I love qualifying blocks. I think the step ladder is cool, but I don't know. I like qualifying better than the step ladder because you get to see more bowlers. I love seeing just the very big, just crazy amount of bowlers compared to just 5 guys. So I think that's always really cool to have. Christopher, hello from Munich. What is going on? Mike, I'm skipping round 4 of qualifying. That's unfortunate, actually. Fair, but Yeah, I'll be watching the scores throughout just to see. I won't have the actual stream up just to make sure I don't lose any bandwidth or anything. But I'll be curious. Steve, got PBA on TV and ZVL on my computer. Love to hear it. I saw Don Clifton hopping in. Chloe, what channel is the PBA on? I don't want to sub to Bowl TV, too expensive. That is the only thing that it's going to be on for qualifying. But on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time, it's going to be on CW. Now, everybody has access to CW. Every single person who's watching right now can watch CW for free. If you don't have cable, they do have an app and they have an online or a smart TV app. So we'll all be able to watch it on Sunday. Hopefully you guys are watching me make some money at the Greater Iowa Bowling Association tournament instead. But if not, that's going to be a great secondary. Now I'll be bowling in Iowa this weekend for a bigger tournament. Qualifying is Saturday night. Hopefully I make the cut into Sunday. But if not, I'll probably still hang out Sunday. You might see me on some nice little commentary for a little bit. We'll see. I gotta shoot some messages out. All the Wednesday irregulars are dropping in. Here we are. K-Brew, what's up? Let's see. Who else? Dasher, what's up? Jeremy, hello. Steve, we saw. Let's see. Who else we got? Guardian, what's going on? Jay Bird, how you doing? Joe Wilson's on Facebook. Is urethane prevalent at the PBA's Viper? Yeah, 100%. If you're able to throw a black hammer, that's what you're throwing most of the event. It's the PBA. I think Brad Miller said it on his vlog today. The Brad and Kyle vlog today was awesome, by the way. Go check it out. Those guys are still so good at vlogging. He mentioned if it's anything under 42 feet, you just grab urethane. That's the PBA tour. Yesterday, Dio Bernard was throwing it on the short pattern, or sorry, on the long pattern, 50 feet long, still urethaning and doing fine. It's just the name of the game. You put a soft urethane in someone's hand and they are going to crush it. Even a hard urethane, they're going to crush it. Hey, Spareware, what's going on? Hopping in. Hope stream goes well. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Phoenix, good luck at the Jiba. Been a while since I bowled them. Oh, they're still awesome. They're still some of the best events I've ever bowled. Matthew, son got a concept. That ball is going to be great. Yesterday, I was able to work at a Storm Matchmaker event. That is their demo days. So Storm is still incredible with their demo days. They do more than the other brands. The other brands don't even make it to Minnesota that often, but Storm comes through 2 to 3 times a year. So I was able to work at that because it was through our pro shop as well. And I was able to see the concept, Bionic, and then a bunch of ones that just came out. Transformer, Vengeance, Amped, Phase 2 Pearl. What else were we missing? Equinox Solid was there. I think that was all of them. But it was really fun to see that concept in a lot of different people's hands. That ball is kind of legit. I'm very hesitant for urethane-like bowling balls, right? A lot of them are very meh. And then the level, a lot of people got their hopes up, and it was not good. But looking at this concept, it is a stronger level that can play from straight or deeper. Watching it a lot more, I saw guys from straighter with low rev rates looking okay. I saw guys from deeper, and that was on the house shot that it looked okay. And I was very much like, it's not going to be good on a house shot. How could it be? But it looks kind of good. So I hate that it's so expensive. But if you're somebody who throws urethane at league and you want to actually not throw urethane at league because you're going to be able to get higher scores with other equipment, that's where this concept kind of comes into play, which is pretty cool. So it looks really good. I hate the price yet. I'm very upset that it's $190, but the ball looks pretty sick. The ball looks really good right now. I'm going to be really excited to see it this weekend. Hopefully, I'm guessing some Storm staffers will have it. So I'm excited to see how it does. We're on like 41 feet and 30 some mil. So I'm excited to see where that lines up. But yeah, it'll be very interesting. Bobby D drove an hour away to sub and got to the house and found out I'm not subbing until March. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Guardian, am I live? No, we're still live. Okay, weird. RJ caught some of the show. Trolls just ripping until today. Not something I would start with. Yeah, RJ, yeah, no, I assume. Was there anything said about me today? That's a question I always have to ask is, did a ball company get upset with me? I found out some, it sounds like from a viewer of mine said some Brunswick guys weren't very big fans of me for some things, but anyone from Brunswick watching, I have nothing against you guys at all. Same with Swag and Motive and Storm. I have nothing against any of the ball companies. There's just unfortunately a podcast that hates me. Chloe, I have a Widow Dynasty. What pair's good with a Dynasty Solid? Mania. I think a Black Widow Mania fits really well with it. Christopher, what do you think? Will the new Storm concept be successful on Viper? It's looking pretty good. It's the Storm guys are throwing a bit of a mix of things. A lot through the IQ, but a lot of them are just standing left and pumping it at the gutter, treating it like a short pattern. They're letting all the Brunswick guys kind of push a lot of oil down, or any motive guys trying to throw the shadow. And it looks pretty okay. It looks pretty decent. A lot of their stuff does. Brent, take out Urethane, best ball brand for lefties. Motive. Motive is the best ball brand for lefties if you take out Thane. Yeah. Ryan, what is the best ASIM Pearl, any brand? I mean, it's always hard to answer these questions of like, what's the best XYZ ball? Black Widow Mania is good. I love the Viking. It's an ASIM hybrid, but it's basically a Pearl. What else has been really good right now? Evoke Hysteria is still goated. Equinox is still good. Zero Mercy Pearl looks okay. So a lot of those things. I would go with that. Kurt, what is a good ball weight for a 10-year-old? He uses an 8-pound house ball. So the rule of thumb when somebody's starting to bowl is 10% of their body weight. So if somebody weighs 80 pounds, 8-pound ball would be the best play until they can slowly build up to something else. Trey Shaw, best ball to throw after the Ion Max on a house shot. That could be a lot of stuff. I mean, every ball is weaker than an Ion Max. I would go like an ASIM Solid or even like a symmetrical Pearl. Or sorry, ASIM Pearl or symmetrical Pearl. Rockstar Amped or Phase 2 Pearl might be a good play. I have some friends at the PTQs, Steven. Nice. Yeah, the PTQ had 70-some bowlers, which were awesome. And like, I mean, half of the bowlers don't do great, and that's okay. That's how the PTQs are. Like, guys want to bowl a PBA event. That's the way to do it. So I know there was a guy on TikTok who posted something about it. It was awesome to see that he went out and bowled a PBA event. That's sick. All you have to do is put in the money and you're in. That's PBA. Bowling is the easiest sport to call yourself a professional because you just pay the price. You just pay for the membership card and boom, you're a professional. Now, I'm very against calling yourself a professional if you just buy the card and don't actually like make cuts or anything like that. But you know, teach their own, teach their own. Anchors Deep, how are non-pros liking the Vengeance? So the Vengeance is looking good for a lot of amateurs as the really big slow ball. It doesn't have the most use on house. And that was expected. That kind of ball never does. I see it as a quicker optimum idle, a similar length, but a little bit quicker, which is good. So it's a little more usable. Kind of fits if you want to get rid of a phase 2 or a Rockstar. You need something a little heftier. That would be a really good play. The cool thing with this ball is it has a longer hook window. So when I say longer hook window, like when a ball is making that turn and slowing down, if that window is longer, that generally means a ball's better. If that hook window is really short, the ball just wants to turn and roll, usually means it's not a great ball. That's the reason the Phase AI was so bad. It didn't have a long hook window, but this Vengeance seems to have a really long hook window, which is a good sign. For a ball like that, it's a necessity. Zeus, what's up? Buds, what's up? Zach in a hat talking to chat. Hey, there we go. There we go. Billy M, what's up? Lamont, would you recommend a pin under layout on the tour? No, nah, I would not. I don't recommend pin down on a lot of the weaker equipment because it just knocks the flare down even more, and that IQ already doesn't flare that much. So I would actually play with the surface. I'm team change the surface compared to pin down layouts. So I would grab it, put the surface to like 1,000 and let it be super slow off of that. Pajama Pally, I love the name. What are your thoughts on the Bionic as a benchmark? No, it's definitely not too strong as a benchmark. It fits between a phase 2 and a phase 2 Pearl. I know there's been a lot of questions about it. I know Darren Tang had a very interesting review where he had the Bionic in a good spot. Somebody else had the Bionic in a weird spot. They had it like above a phase 2. I think Charles had it like he said this is what the phase 2 should be. Which was an odd take, but no, it's weaker than a phase 2, stronger than a phase 2 Pearl. So it could be your benchmark if you want something a little quicker. As a two-handed slightly rev dominant player, yeah, I think it could still be okay. Hey, Lefty, what's going on? Nochi, what do you think of the Widow 3.0 Dynasty? The Widow Dynasty looks good. It's just the Widow 3.0, basically, so you don't need both. It's quicker, so it's more usable on a house shot, but it's less usable on a sport shot. I don't think the Dynasty is going to get thrown very often, like on PBA Tour or anything, unless the guys are playing left and need something big. So it kind of is in an odd spot. I think it's very much a house shot ball where that Black Widow 3.0 could be used on sport a bit more. My opinion, by the way, my opinion on that. Some others might, Bill O'Neill might disagree. I know he'll probably throw like 8 Black Widows today, more than likely. No. How are pros throwing the new Supra if it is not on the approved list, or is that different for PBA pros? And EJ Tackett throwing an unannounced ball from Vetorbs. So that's a good question. So a lot of you guys saw EJ, Zach Tackett, and a bunch of the Motive guys throwing a different bowling ball, an orange and yellow or orange and blue bowling ball. So I have seen a lot of pictures. It does look like it is a Motive Supra of some kind. The Supra logo has popped up quite a bit, and a lot of people have shown it on my feed now. But it looks like it's a Motive Supra. We don't know anything about it. I'm assuming it's going to get released or announced in the next week or so. So Motive does this a lot. They give new stuff, unannounced stuff to EJ and a lot of the Motive staffers earlier than Storm and Brunswick do. Storm and Brunswick are usually pretty good with making sure the pros don't throw stuff until announcement day. Motive doesn't care as much. Motive lets them throw it whenever. I was a little surprised to see it being used in the fresh on Viper. So it must be pretty smooth because that was a short pattern and EJ was playing like 15-5 with it and it looked good. EJ can make anything look good for the record. But it seems like it's going to be some kind of more dull Supra. Now, the problem with the Supra is it has different cores depending on what Supra you grab. So it's going to be interesting to see which one it is. But going to your question on how are pros able to throw it if it's not on the approved list, the PBA has its own approved list. So the PBA has an approved list, which usually it just is from USBC, but PBA always likes to do their things separately from USBC. I don't know why, man. They just kind of do their thing, but they have their own, so it must be on the PBA approved list already, and it probably is on the USBC one, but USBC generally hides that information if a ball has been unannounced. They do it with the Brunswick stuff all the time as well. You won't be able to see Brunswick stuff until the announcement, then it pops up on the approval list. Concept killing it right now. It is. It's looking good. Jax, what's going on? Let's see. Is CW available over the air antenna all over the country? Yes. CW is a free channel as long as you just have an antenna. So that's the big positive with going to CW. I know there was a lot of negatives with being away from Fox, but the positive is everybody can watch it. That was one of my big pet peeves last year. I couldn't watch the PBA. I don't have cable. I don't watch TV that often, so I just don't buy cable. But that meant I couldn't watch PBA events. I had to use my parents' TV login at times if it worked, and if it didn't, I just couldn't watch the event, which sucked. Having a paywall to be able to watch a sport is the worst thing you can possibly do to try to grow a sport. So I'm very glad CW is going to be available for everybody. That's going to be really nice. Really, really nice. And it's kind of disappointing that a lot of people are upset by it because I think the CW have done some cool changes so far. So Kyle Sherman being on is really cool. Rich Allen is a really cool addition. I've learned a little more about him now. He's a pretty good commentator. Like, he's great at it. He's digging into bowling a lot. Kyle, I think, is going to be great. I think so far it's a good move. I'm excited to see what Sunday looks like, though. Yeah, CJ, I don't like Bowl TV. Bowl TV is the tough part, and we cannot have PBA or Pete Weber as a commentator. That's just not a good idea for so many reasons. For so many reasons, you can't give that guy a mic. But CJ, Bowl TV, yeah, Bowl TV is the tough one. Now, they are expensive for how short the PBA season is. Now, Bowl TV offers a lot more than just PBA events. They do PWBA, they do, team trials, they do events, regionals all across the year. But if you're doing it just for the PBA, it is very, very pricey. That's one other massive negative. I wish there was a way you could watch qualifying for free, or that they would post them like on YouTube or something. I think that would be really cool. I think they'd get a lot of views if after the Players Championship is all said and done, they release that footage onto YouTube. I think that'd be kind of cool. If people want to watch it live, they can, but if not, that's okay. The one, would a 5x4, a 2x5x4.5 2LS be good on the concept? No, that's that's a really bad layout on the concept. No, you need a 4-inch pin on that guy, 3.5 to 4-inch pin. You don't want a short pin it. That ball already barely flares, so make sure it's at least 3.5 to 4-inch pin. Let's see. Tyran with the Matchmaker a couple weeks back here off the hook was before the tour package dropped. Yeah, we got kind of lucky with that they had the Bionic and they had the concept ready. And it sounds like once the pros start, or not pros, once the ball reviews start coming out for the Ion Max Pearl and the Gremlin Tour, they will also add those into the rotation. Ion Max Pearl is looking kind of good. Brad Miller shot bills with it. Someone else made it look really good in the PBA show, so... Gremlin Tour looks okay. I think that one's going to be a sleeper in my opinion. I think Gremlin Tour is going to get ignored quite a bit, but I'm excited to see how it does. I love tour bowling balls. My favorite balls in the world, you know, Effect Tour, IQ Tour, all the tour-ish bowling balls. So I'm excited to see how that one does. The low flaring stuff is my jam. I love those things. Brad Miller slayed with the concept at the PTQ. He did. RC, are you going to the World Series of Bowling this year? Yes and no. I'm going to try to make it as much as I can. I bowl nationals in the middle of the World Series. I think I'm there May 5th and 6th are my national dates. So I will not be at the World Series those days, but I'm going to be hopefully there before and after to be able to do a lot. And I'm hoping I can get some people up here that hopefully I can meet a few more people that are in the field and things like that. Actually, I found out my cousin is trying to bowl the event, so I might have to go check him out. Lenzy, Mr. Matafee is having a Matchmaker on Friday. He is. I'm excited to attend and try the Viking and the Bionic. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how that goes. I was very tempted to drive up there just to try to advertise the event a little bit because I love Will. But I have a charity event that I'm bowling in on Friday. It's a wild event. So basically people are spending money to get a team of bowlers on a lane. They get 2 hours to just keep bowling. Highest score wins. But they can spend money to rent me to bowl their frames for them. So for I think it's $20 this year, I can bowl all of your team's 5th frame or something. So I'll be bowling 20 games on Friday into 7 games on Saturday and hopefully more games on Sunday and 6 games tomorrow for league. So I'm going to be pooped, but I really wish I could have made it up there. Christopher Heiming, just wanted to say thank you for the Lane Tracks recommendation. We use it every week for training. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Lane Tracks is a great tool, and I really hope it keeps growing. I really hope that keeps blowing up a little bit more. Adam Fidel, what do you think of the concept for USBC Nationals? I was very anti-concept for Nationals when it first got announced. I'm a little more towards it. I think it might be a banger team event ball. I think it's going to be really good for that because the ball is just smooth. You always want smoother stuff out at Nationals. That ball might be a winner for it. That and a new 2.0. I still want to see that comparison. I saw, I think Charles posted Black Hammer versus Concept, which is, it's not a good comparison. It's a good comparison to post, of course, but it's not a ball that's comparable. The Concept just isn't urethane. It's just not it yet. So I'll be very curious to see. Also, drink of the day, I saw Spareware posted it. Kickstart is today. Pineapple, orange, mango. Delicious. I wanted a little bit of caffeine, but not too much. I am dead tired today. I got stuck talking to some guys at the Matchmaker last night till 11. So I am super pooped out. Johnny, would the Rotogrit Rockstar Amped and Optimum Idol Pearl be close? Yeah, they are going to be fairly close together. The Amped is going to be a little weaker, a little quicker. But yeah, I think they're a little too close to have in the same bag. Matthew, you threw the concept today in practice, and it did burn up the fronts pretty quick. Half makes. Tyran, Viking was sick at the Matchmaker. All the Stormbots were hogging the Phase 2 Pearl. Dude, and if you can't throw a Phase 2 Pearl, throw the Amped. Just throw the Rockstar Amped. It is the Phase 2 Pearl in a lot of ways. So I wish the Amped would get more love than it does. It's cheaper right now. I think it's now $20 cheaper than the Phase 2 Pearl. Very similar things. Very similar look. Really good ball. So if you don't want to get a Phase 2 Pearl and match everybody, the Rockstar Amped is a great option. I'm a huge Rockstar Amped admin or fan. Mary, is Junior Gold releasing the arm sleeves this year? What do you mean? I don't even know what that's. I don't know. Do they release arm sleeves for that event? It'd be kind of cool. I know very little about Junior Gold. Jaybird Brad Miller made the concept look like a god tier ball. He did. I know. And low key, I saw Brad and Kyle's vlog today, and I was like, I might need a concept. They Storm, whatever you do, give money to Brad and Kyle for how well they advertise the concept today. They got me, who is the most skeptical bowling ball guy on the planet, to be like, I kind of want one of those. Like, they did good. They did really good. It's been awesome. Shadow Tank looking good. Shadow Tank's looking better than I expected. Yeah, absolutely. Randy on TikTok, have you been watching the Players Championship? I have. It's been fun. It's been fun. Ralphie, ZVL mentioned in the bowling.com email. Yes. Bowling.com did add my video and article in their daily post today about their new deals going on. So if you aren't, make sure to go opt in to their emails on bowling.com. Awesome people over there. They're arguably the nicest human beings in the bowling realm. Like, they are awesome there. I've received a lot of compliments from others of like, you picked a good company to work with because they are the nicest human beings in all of bowling. So they're just good people. They were very kind to post my article and my video on their email today that went out to a lot of people. So huge thank you to those guys. If you do get it, make sure to click on it. You don't have to read the article. Just click on it. Make sure to get those get that engagement up, because it's my second time ever writing something. So I think it turned out okay. C. Klein, have you ever thrown the synthesis? I love it. No, I do not receive any of the balls early or for free. So I am not going to be throwing the synthesis. I won't be buying one either. I don't really have a use for it. I just got a Zero Mercy, and I have too many super strong balls now. I have a Jackal, an Ion Max, and that Zero Mercy, and a Spartan. So I won't be getting a synthesis. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I always am rooting for Track because I think they make some great stuff. I think the synthesis is a very usable big ASIM, which is good, especially with how slow it is down lane. But we'll see. Elijah McGee, best ball right now, two-handed lefty on a house shot. IQ tour, effect tour, a lot of the slower, smooth bowling balls. Always the goats. AJ over on Facebook, you have an Ion Pro Solid as your benchmark. Awesome. What's good comparison? Something shiny. Something Rockstar Amped, Phase 2 Pearl, Typhoon, Equinox. Anything shiny will pair with it well. JR, what's up? I'm watching both you and the tour, so I'll be in and out of chat today. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, tell Frankie to keep doing well. I think he was doing all right, maybe. Let me look him up. Francois. Oh, never mind. He was in 67th. Ooh. All right, he needs a banger. He needs a banger set here. Uh-oh. Yeah, Brad Miller used a concept for 3 games in the PTQ. He did. It looked good. It looked really good. Han, I've joined your fan club for 100 days. Thank you so much, Han. Welcome. Thank you so much for jumping into the fan club. I really appreciate it. The one, would 3x4 by 4.5 be good on a concept? No, I think you need to go 4 inches on that first one. 3 inches. You don't want to drill anything between 2.5 and 3.5 inches. That's a bad pin distance. There's weird things that happen to a bowling ball core in that case. Because it's, if I remember right, it goes... Yeah, first number is pin distance. So do not go 3 on that first one. No, go 4. Go 4 by 4 by 4. 4 by 2 by 1 is what the pros are going with on their concepts, if that helps. That's what I've heard. Deli, how do you like the physics blackout? I wish it was better. I love the physics. I've loved all 2 physics that I've drilled, the original and the infinite. I think they're great. The blackout just was not it. It flared way too much for me. Dull, it wasn't good. Shiny, it wasn't good. I just didn't have a use for it, so I got rid of mine, unfortunately. It just flares too much is all it was. It just flares a lot. It's a little too strong. Little too strong. Dawn, they didn't say your name directly, but they don't quite understand the intent of your channel. Are they really mentioning me again? I'm going to shoot a message to Brunswick after this. Dang it. I didn't want to take it there. Dang it. Why is the bowling world so weird? I'm just a guy trying to educate bowlers, and I've got a ball company yelling at me, man. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm a little upset about that. Hebrew hype did have new phase 2. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that comparison a lot, and it makes sense. Like, the phase 2 is close to it, so I get it. I get the comparison, but I think it's a good 1-2 combo and not really a replacement. Unless you're in a, like, I think the phase 2 has a great spot when dull. I hate shiny phase 2s. I don't think they roll well. But the Bionic is shiny. So I think that's what a shiny phase 2 is supposed to be, or a phase 2 Pearl. I don't think you should have phase 2 Bionic, phase 2 Pearl. I think you need 2 of those 3 is good enough, in my opinion. Talon, best way to sell a ball is call it a phase 2. It is, 100%. 100%. And this one's good. That's the good part. The phase 2 Pearl is actually a good ball, and I love it. I love that it's finally okay. Very, very happy about that. Dylan, what to pair with the Physics Blackout for a 2-ball arsenal? I'd go something weaker and shiny. Something weaker and shiny if you keep the Physics Blackout dull. Don, I hit my duo with 2000, then put on some polish. Oh, good play, good play. No, that'll make it look a lot better. I like that. Bowling in Colorado, what's going on? ADHD, the PTQ guys. Bowling on an entirely different pattern to qualify for the main event is still boggles my mind. I actually like it because otherwise it would be seen as like an amplified practice session for some of those guys. Like there's a lot of guys in the PTQs that generally make it through almost every PTQ. And if you give them that extra competitive practice session, I think that's a little unfair. So I always like that they put out a different pattern that's similar but different enough. Because I just think you'd get that little extra, and that's not the best play. Crystal H, great replacement for the Zen 25. I think the Bionic might be kind of close. I would say Bionic or Amped, one of the two. Brad, can't wait for the Ion Max Pearl. A lot of people are just waiting for that Ion Max Pearl review to drop. I think the color alone is going to sell that ball so well. Like, the ball is beautiful. They 10 out of 10 ball color. I'm a sucker for light blue, though. Like, I think the Sub-Zero Forge is one of the best looking bowling balls ever made as well. Maria over on TikTok, I do not know about the arm sleeves. I didn't know they did arm sleeves. Agreed, PTQ should not be close to other patterns, especially for the first event. Yeah, because otherwise, like, the problem with a lot of the reason that you can practice on a pattern and it doesn't matter that much, like, it doesn't help you a whole lot, is because when you get competition, when you get PBA guys, especially throwing urethane on a pattern, reactive, the pattern doesn't play the same after 4 frames. So you cannot really recreate transition like that, like just transition from random bowlers. So like a PTQ, you get that transition. So then you'd be a step ahead of all the regular guys. And if you're a PTQ guy, they want to keep the field as even as possible. So I like the play. I do. Tyran, EJ can throw a cinder block in the parking lot and make it look epic. Oh, 100%. Yeah. That dude could throw a rock, just a tiny pebble that he finds in the parking lot, and he will make it look good. Yovo, how does a ball give you misroom? So having the right ball in your hand gives you more margin of error down lane. So margin of error is what you're looking for in the game of bowling. So like house shots, they have built-in margin of error. You have room to miss. Sport shots, certain balls have more margin of error. And even on house shots, like certain balls have more margin of error. So like a really clean and really quick ball, like a Crown Victory, is going to look really bad on a sport shot because your misroom is that. But a urethane ball, your misroom is that. So that's the play. Abe, what's going on, man? Thank you for the $2 super chat. Hit It Harder has a new bowling ball. The logo is coming soon. I heard that he got a new one. He made a lot of them. I think he made a couple hundred. I'm curious to see how it is. The Revelated was cool for those extremely high rev rates like he is. So I really hope it's good. I love what he's doing. I think he's doing a cool thing. I hope the best for him, honestly. I haven't seen the Revelated in person. I've seen some videos of it, but hope the best for the dude. Hope the best. He's just trying to do a thing, and I love it. Chris, haven't seen the staffers throw the Ion Max Pearl. No, they can't yet. They will be able to in like 2 Mondays. Would love to see you throwing it. I, unfortunately, will not be getting one or any stuff probably from Storm anytime soon. So, unfortunately, that's how it is. Hey, Yannick, what's going on over on Facebook? What's up, man? How you doing? Speaking of Storm. Oh, I say the word Storm, and Yannick's like, I'm here. Hello. That's awesome. Oh, love you, Yannick. You are the best. Who has a review out, Abe? I don't think there's, if somebody does have a review on the Ion Max Pearl, it was the overseas one. So you might be seeing that. Hey, $1 super chat from Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Really appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. What happened to Mookie Betts' bowling league, Sasuke? Yeah, that was a big oopsie not on my part, but well, yes, an oopsie, but like I didn't break that league. So back up. World Bowling League was something that Mookie Betts invested in, and a big cricket guy also did. I thought it was going to be like this big breakthrough in the bowling world. There has been nothing said about that thing for like a year now. So I think it's dead. I haven't heard anything in a while. Tyran Throwbot. Oh boy. Anthony, good, inexpensive, strong, and smooth option. Kind of a hard category to find a ball in. That's cheaper. I think if you stick with Storm, Rockstar is medium smooth. But that's going to be close. It's about 160 right now. Brunswick, you have the Outer Limits Solid, which is 155. Motive, you got nothing cheap specifically. So that's a tough category. Your best bet is going to be finding deals. Justin, I'd love to see the new Supra with a Toyota car logo on it. Oh, that's awesome. Bull TV. Well, yeah, the Bull TV app has been iffy today. I know. I haven't been able to log in much. Apollo, how do you find the COF of a cover stock? I only see the stats, but never. What's COF? Kind of curious what COF stands for. Let's see. Yeah, rent ZVL. That is what it is. And the best part is, like, nobody knows I do any of this. So, like, they got me as a celebrity bowler because I averaged 220. They're like, all it was like, hey, I heard you bowl. Come with us. I was like, okay. And I followed. So they have no idea any of this stuff. So I could vlog the whole thing, but that feels really, really sleazy to vlog a charity event. Buds, is the Ion Max Pearl worth getting if I have a harsh Pearl? They do seem fairly close. The Ion Max is probably going to be quicker, but again, we don't know much about that ball yet. We're going to have to wait another like week and a half until we hear more. Jeff just got a new GB5 Pearl, still trying to figure it out. New to fingertips too. Nice. Good idea to go to fingertips. It's always a good call to be able to get a little more consistency, a little more rev rate, hand position, all that jazz. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Sweet baby. I think you should try the Zero Mercy Pearl. It's an Angry Origin. I know you love the Origin. No, I'm probably going to be pausing a little bit on buying bowling balls. I bought a lot lately. And I can't put all the money I make on the channel directly into that. I am for you guys to publicize it. I am trying to find a way to make this a full-time-ish thing. So yeah, I can't unfortunately just dump it all. It'd be fun if I could. Ion Max Pearl content should be coming out slowly and staff content Monday. Ooh, there's some inside breaking news. I wish I had like a soundboard for some breaking news button. But breaking news, Ion Max Pearl content Monday. That is already the 23rd. Holy cow. That's crazy. Han, give away some bowling balls. No, that's not how it works. I'm trying to save money by not drilling them myself. So I'm going to give them to you guys. No. Oh, that's not how it works. RJ, we love Coach Baker, but for lane play, read, and strategy, who do you recommend? That one's tough. There are very few coaches that can teach you that stuff. There's a lot of clinics that do it. I know Stu Williams just had a nationals clinic with Stephanie Johnson, and they talked about that. So you have to find more of those clinics instead of one-on-one coaching is what I've seen. Jaybird, my son had a short little clip in their vlog. That's awesome. That's super cool. Tim Cook, please talk more about the concept in Brad Miller's vlog. I want to buy a concept, but it would be the strongest cover stock in my small arsenal. I don't know. It depends what you have in your arsenal for that concept to look good, because that ball is so unique. It really is a strong and smooth ball in a lot of ways with that surface on it. If you bring that surface to like 3,000, it's more of a weak and smooth ball, kind of like where the level was after about 2,000 grit. If you want something super early, super slow down lane that isn't urethane, that is, I think, a good play. Now, if you don't, and if you don't bowl sport shots, I don't think it's a good play. So I think there's much better options for you then. That's where like you want something like a Bionic that's going to be a little more responsive and give you a little more wiggle room down lane. James, it's so cool. I talked to Chris Barnes yesterday. I asked him questions about the 6-ball arsenal you use. That's awesome. That's really cool. How did he react? I'm curious. I've never talked to Chris. So I'd be curious. Hubert got bowler's elbow recently. Any exercises or accessories you recommend? Elbow braces. So it's a brace that goes like on your upper forearm. A lot of bowlers actually wear that because that's a very common injury for bowlers. So I would recommend that. Eric, 4.5 by 4 by 2 on a concept. Oh yeah, I think that's a lot better than like that 3-inch pin. I think the 3-inch pin was a little iffy, but that could be decent. Talent, harsh reality pearl is dog water. You are not. I forgot you're not a harsh reality. Oh, that's funny. Just got the Spartan and I'm loving it from Delay. That's awesome. Any suggestion for a benchmark for a baby Spartan? GB5. GB5 solid. We should all go to their video and tell them to leave me alone. I will never be a guy to send people somewhere to go spread negativity. But you guys do whatever. I will unfortunately be sending a note right after this stream is done. I won't watch it though. It just upsets me when I do. I would love an uncensored stream where I could just rant. Oh boy, man. My fiance hears a lot. Don't worry, Zach, our comment section. Awesome. Love it. Gage, what would you recommend to add a Black Widow 3.0 Dynasty for League? What would you recommend to add to it? I think a GB5 Pearl. They don't have much in that category much. Theorem's gone, unfortunately. That's where, like, man, what could work there? What could work in that spot? Brunswick brand's not much. That's like where an Equinox or a Rockstar Amped or Phase 2 Pearl. I'm still a firm believer Storm has that medium shark category locked down, especially after all of these discontinued balls from Brunswick. Like, they just squad wiped that section. So I really think Storm has that area just locked down, except the Nebula. A lot of people like the Nebula. That one's good. But I would honestly try that. I would try a Phase 2 Pearl or Rockstar Amped. Jax, Phase 2 Pearl, Equinox Solid, Absolute Power, Ultimate Defender, Stealth Hybrid. You have a lot of strong stuff, man. I'd recommend some weaker shiny stuff. I think that'll be a play. Let me read that one. Corky, I noticed that you had your Matchmaker event. Are all of them ran the same way? I'm going to my first one Friday. Curious if they're able to fit so many kinds of spans and thumbs. Yes, I can explain that in a quick, like, minute. So the way it works is everything is interchangeable in the balls. The thumbs are turbo interchangeable sleeves, and the fingers are also turbo interchangeable finger inserts. So you have just like literal box of every single size you can imagine. And what one of the reps will do is they'll try to fit every finger. If you know your finger sizes, you're one step ahead. If not, they'll fit you well. There's 3 different options for every ball, for small span, medium span, large span, and there's usually an extra small as well. That's a 12-pound ball. And then there's always a 2-handed option as well. So you have a ton of different options and that's for every single bowling ball. There are literally 30, no, was there 40? There might be 40 bowling balls at the event, like, that you can pick and choose from. It's crazy. It's awesome. No, they do such a good job. I love the Matchmakers. I wish Motive and Brunswick ran them more in a, like, more consistent manner. I've never been to a Brunswick demo day, and I've been to one Motive demo day, but that's when I was in Detroit. So I really wish there were more, man. I love demo days. I think that's the best thing a bowler can go to. I'm the biggest advocate for trying to find demo days around you. And Storm luckily has a schedule of their Matchmakers, so you can find one in your area, which is really nice. But otherwise, if you're a junior gold bowler, they have a mega demo day that happens. Otherwise, a couple other areas have demo days. I know Wichita, for their big, I think it's like a Southwest tournament or something, they run a demo day every Friday, which is crazy. So there's a lot. There are a lot of different options. Jaybird, I see Brad throw the Ion Max Pearl. He threw 300 with it actually in the main event, which is cool. Oh, coefficient of friction. Robert, no, it's the problem with cover stocks is nobody gives information on them. Like, I'm a big proponent that we need to know more about cover stocks, just like strength wise, because a lot of the companies, like, they have a name and it's generally a name that's been used in the past, or they explain it somewhere like this. Like when A1S came out, we knew this is a medium strength cover stock. Awesome. When Propulsion came out, we knew it was a step below all their big stuff. Awesome. But then there's a lot of other cover stocks that come out. It's like, I don't know what that is. It's insert marketing name, solid pearl hybrid. And that doesn't really tell you, because, like, is NEX Pearl that's on, or Energy, no, I think it's NEX Pearl that is on the Physics Blackout identical to the Typhoons cover stock? No, they're both pearl, but because we actually can see strength levels, we know, man, that Physics Blackout is going to be super strong compared to the Typhoon. So I really wish there was a more standardized way, like with cores, that the companies could actually talk about that. I would love it, but we'll see. Marvin, how close is the BCP to the Attention Star? Earlier and quicker. Yeah, the BCP is a bit quicker. Nerdy, thank you for the share, man. Appreciate it. Jason, demo days are nice, but not for a full roller. Full rollers are about the one group that gets snuffed, which there's nothing you can really do about it, which is hard. Like, it's hard to have, like, one of every ball is expensive, right? And there just aren't enough full rollers to make full roller layouts. Luckily, you can get a pretty good idea from them anyway. What happened with you in Brunswick? Nothing with Brunswick. No, I love most of the Brunswick guys. They're the Radical podcast. Just, I think they've talked about me 4 weeks straight now. Living rent free, I guess. I don't know. I've received a lot more hate from people online since that all happened. A lot more individuals who are not happy that are coming out purposefully showing negativity and hate, repeating things that they've said about me, which is very unfortunate. I didn't expect a ball company and heads of a ball company to spread negativity in the bowling world. But it's the world we live in, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Colin, ever consider coaching online? So Colin, I am trying to find a way. Unfortunately, because I work a full-time job and this is my second full-time job, I'm really hoping soon. I'm hoping soon I can find a way. If I can have more time, there will be a cheap coaching section that comes up on the channel. So I'm not doing $100 an hour or anything crazy. $15 to $20 is what I would go. J-Nev, happy catching another fire live stream. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. James, if you want an Ion Max Pearl content, go to bowlers that just bowled at the Players. True, there are a lot of them already. Henry, what's going on, Henry? Coming in from lovely Little Falls, Minnesota. Probably getting peppered with some bad weather right now because that's what northern Minnesota does. It gets peppered with bad weather. Keep up the good work. I use your channel for a lot of useful info. Thank you, Henry. Really appreciate that, man. Means a ton. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, man. Tyran, Bionic is selling left and right around here. I know, we actually sold a couple last night. Some guys who like weren't really looking for bowling balls, and they're like, I really like that one. So it's cool to see. I want to see one with like actual polish and dull. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm kind of curious. I know if I would buy a ball from the set, like, and I don't want a concept, if I want a house shot ball, I would probably get the Bionic. I think that one looks pretty decent. Zach Uncensored. Yeah. That would be an interesting time. I'm very PG with a lot of the stuff I say, like, especially on camera. But if I get going, look out. Look out. It could be fun. What layout is best for a GB5 Pearl? Something very middle of the road. You don't want to go too strong on that pin because you don't want that ball to overflare. You want it to stay a little bit cleaner. I would go like a 4 3/4 inch pin. 35-degree val is fine. I think that's pretty good. All right, spareware, let the haters hate. It means they're threatened. Well, the problem is like the bowling world is so small. So I've now heard reports that like, man, what do you have against those guys? Because like they all hate you. Well, not true. There's just very loud individuals. So it's more of like a business thing at this point. It's evolved among like high school drama. I have an Optimum Idol, Reality Check, and a Phase AI. I want to replace the Phase. What is your plan? Phase AI, Phase 2 Pearl. Phase 2 Pearl's your best bet. I like it a lot. Zach Uncensored on Twitch. Look out. Look out. Steph, Phase 2 or Rockstar? 500 rev rate two-hander. I'd go Rockstar. Rockstar is just a touch cleaner and a touch quicker. And I think that'll be a little better. A lot of two-handers like the Rockstar as well. I think Chris Vi is example number 1 of just a really good like ball for him is the Rockstar. Corky, I'm excited. I was looking at the Bionic. It looks good. I liked what I saw of it last night. I'd like to see it on more volume. Unfortunately, our house shot hooks a bunch in the center that I am at. So it didn't look as good as like a Typhoon would. But I think it looks pretty sweet like in that first game of League here, which was a good sign. So it looks great. A lot. There's more people coming out of the woodworks like saying they really like the Bionic than ever before. There's a lot of staffers who like won't really rave about a ball all that often, but a couple are now who just don't. Like the last time they came out like this was for like the Attention Star. So that's a great sign. That's a really good sign. Jerry Mars, what is going on? Jerry, are you bowling Iowa this weekend? You bowling Waterloo? I don't remember if you go to the Waterloo events or not. I know you always hit up the Dubuque ones. Good old Dubuque. Great, cool city. You are bowling. Nice. What squad are you on? Awesome. I'll be there. I'll be on C squad. Abe, don't get mad. Demo days suck as a lefty. No, that's a good thing with lefties is Everything's drilled neutral. At least they are for the matchmaker yesterday. Everything was neutral. Oh, your B squad. Nice. Perfect. I'll be seeing you there. Yeah, I think Vic is hanging out for a while too. He bowls A squad, so I'll be able to see all you guys. Talon, it is the Greater Iowa Bowling Association Ebonite Winter Classic. It's one of their, like, I would argue it's like their one of 3 major events that they run, Joe Engelcase runs. I will argue that they are the best, the most well-run events I've ever been to, period. Joe is incredible at what he does. They're fun events. It's a really cool group. They're super fun. Very hard events. Usually PBA pros are there. Last time I went, I crossed with Boog and Zach Wilkins. So, I mean, this week, because there's a PBA event going on, most of them aren't supposed to be there. Although I saw Nate Stubler on the list, so he might be flying back up to bowl. I don't know. But we'll see. They're always super fun events. I will highly recommend, if you're a scratch bowler or an amateur bowler who wants to bowl some competitive stuff, Greater Iowa Bowling Association is the tournament. Now, it's nearly impossible to get into their events because they fill up so quickly, but very fun to do. It is the last major of the year. Yeah, it's 41 feet, 2-1. Yeah, and it's like 33 mils or something. So I haven't bowled in Cadillac in a minute. And no urethane, or no soft urethanes. The hard urethanes are allowed, the soft urethanes are not. So they actually incorporated the USBC rule as well. Let's see. Christopher Heiming, the bowling sport is able to bring people together from all different ages, color, nationality. Oh, 100%. Bowling is arguably one of the most inclusive sports there is. Like, I can see a 5-year-old bowling. I can see a 95-year-old bowling, all being able to talk the same language. I was helping somebody yesterday who's a special needs bowler who their only ball was a 14-pound T-zone that someone gave him 10 years ago. And he was trying all of the different storm balls, and it was awesome. It was super cool, but you can bring so many people together so easily. And it's awesome, and it's always unfortunate when certain groups just try to bring it down or bring things down like that. I don't know. It is what it is. You can't change people. Talon, interesting. Are you bowling the ND Classic? So another Midwest event that's going on, North Dakota Bowling, ndbowling.com. I think it's just called the ND Bowling Classic. I don't remember the official name, but that is a Moorhead tournament up in near the Fargo Moorhead area. So if you're in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, you want to bowl for a little bit of cash, a fun tournament. I'm tempted, Talon. I'll see if I'm going. I'm trying to bowl a lot right now. Bowling's been super fun lately. You know, everyone here probably knows when you get that itch of like, I just want to keep bowling. Like, I'm excited to bowl 6 games of league tomorrow. Now, I'm saying that now. Get me to game 5 of league, and I'm going to be dead tired. But right now, I'm hyped. I'm excited. Balls, by the way, that we are bringing right now. Let me check my Discord. You want to vote for the balls I bring to league every week? Make sure to go join my Discord. It's a fun place. You get a lot more uncensored Zach in there as well. I kind of probably blurt a little more than I'm supposed to in there, but you know, it do be what it do be. The Viking is number 1 right now. The Rockstar is number, oh no, the Typhoon took over the Viking? Wow, Viking Typhoon. The Rockstar is number 3 by 2 votes. The next one is the Dark Side. Wow, that is interesting. Huh. People are liking the weak stuff. I love it. Super cool. Super cool. Let's see. Joe Wilson's 900 Global used to rank covers. No, they still do. They still have their like 900 series, 800. They changed the names though. Because for a minute they tried going to 2 digits, I believe, and now they bump back up to 3 or vice versa. Jerry, gonna see if the Bionic roll is good for me tonight. Dude, Gasson loved it. You never see Gasson post about this is an amazing ball, but he seemed to really like it. So hopes, that's one of the reasons my hopes are high. We'll see. Looks like Ryan and Stu are throwing a shiny Cove on the 50-footer. Really? No way. Now, I'm guessing that was on the short pattern. Tim, I tried contacting you through email about the Spider-Man chamois. I'm sending it to your Outlook. Oh, I think I might have seen it. I have not had a chance to check out my email in like 4 days. So I'm really sorry. I'll check it after this though. Steph, what are your thoughts on pin down transformer? 250 revs, 50 mile an hour speed. I really like it actually. It's going to be a lot smoother for you, or a lot more rev dominant. So I think it'll be a little better. I don't hate that at all. Jaden, in your opinion, what's stronger, Ion Max or Zero Mercy? I think they're pretty much even. The Zero Mercy is sharper. The Zero Mercy wants to be a lot quicker when it sees friction, where the Ion Max is a lot smoother. So I should give that story. This past weekend, I bowled on the 2025 PBA Scorpion oil pattern. That is 44 feet, 33 mils, I believe, in like a 2-to-1 ratio. I compared the I brought the Zero Mercy Solid, Ion Max, and the Evoke Mayhem to see the differences between the three. The Evoke Mayhem was the weakest by far, but it was also as smooth as an Ion Max. The Ion Max wanted to hook super early, but be kind of forward and slow when it saw friction. So it was really good from straighter. And the Evoke Mayhem was good from straighter. The Zero Mercy forced me deeper and deeper, and it just was over under because the ball, when it saw friction, it wanted to shape. And the Scorpion pattern has what we call a speed bump on it. So there's dry like in the front, and then there's oil on the edges. So the ball was hitting the dry, and the asymmetry of the ball was kind of making it want to go or lock up. So it just was not a good play. I want to test it on more stuff, but right now the Ion Max is similar length, just smoother is what I'm seeing. Record, do demo days have two-handed lefty balls? Yeah, they have two-handed balls, and all of the bowling balls are drilled neutral so that righties and lefties can throw them. So the asymmetrical balls, the mass bias is put in the thumb, so it's drilled for righties and lefties. Now, you don't get a true asymmetrical look to the ball, but it gives you a pretty decent vibe. So yes, any style is pretty much good. Hubert, sorry I'm late to the party. What's the context behind the Brunswick? I am just known as the Brunswick drama guy. No, Brunswick is great. Brunswick is awesome. But no, a couple of their employees just really don't like me. Is basically what it is. And they talk about me a lot. Only way I'll ever be able to bowl two-handed is overhead and rage or a Hadouken. Love it. Joe. Tried that, Joe. Yep, I have tried that. DJ, Mark is good about showing what you're doing wrong, but not great at telling you how to fix it. Mark does an amazing job. Mark does a really good job at what he does. He is very good. He's much better at pointing out this is what's going wrong. But yeah, he's not as good as these are the exact ways to fix it because he's not a drill guy. And I'm actually with him a little bit on that. I'm not a fan of drills, but he can tell you this is what you're doing wrong. So then you kind of have to put the pieces together of how do I fix it, which sometimes are a little bit easier, sometimes are a lot harder. So I see that. I see that. Let's see. Insert name. Can you see a shock and phase 2 in the same bag? Absolutely. 100% you can. The shock will be a little weaker. You think Brad and Kyle's virtual coaching would be better about showing how to fix issues? I didn't know they did online coaching. Oh, yeah, they do. Duh. They give it away all the time. I don't know. I've never done their coaching. I know nothing about it, in all honesty. I'd be curious to see what it looks like, though. Very curious. Kaya, you're looking at adding an Apex Jackal to your bag. I mostly use my Jackal Onyx. It's okay. I would go Evoke Hysteria, personally. But if you like the Jackals, it could be a good option. Broly 392 or T-Pain followed. So is it T-Pain? I don't know. It might be. Maybe T-Pain's checking it out. Papita, Zero Mercy Solid or Pearl? If you're on a house shot, Zero Mercy Pearl. If you're on sport, Zero Mercy Solid. What do you like better? For house, Zero Mercy Solid or Ion Max? Zero Mercy Solid because it's sharper. Zach Heaney, well, you think Brad Miller is going to go far in the tournament? Let's do a quick check. Where is Bradley? He was throwing it better than I've seen Brad throw it in a while, so that was good. He's still in 17th, 18. Oh no, they just haven't they must not have started yet or haven't bowled or it's not updated. Either way, whatever it is. No, I hope he does well. I do. Partially because I'm selfish and I love watching their vlogs. I am still like, even though I'm doing the YouTube thing, I am still the biggest fan of bowling content on the internet. Like, I love Brad and Kyle's vlogs. They do so well. I love Flanagan jumping in. He's great at helping out. I love what they do. So I hope Brad does well solely because I think it'd be sick to have him on a TV show with Kyle commentating it. I think that'd be really cool. That'd be super cool. Chris, what do you recommend as a replacement for the Incognito? It's been a huge piece of my arsenal. Ooh, that's the solid one, right? That's the all black one with the guy with the hat on it. Yeah. Oh, that one might be the Pearl. Right? I don't remember what this one was. Come on, Rat. Sorry, it's bright yellow now because Radical's web. Ooh, the Radical website isn't working. Come on, guys, you can do it. There we go. Now it works. 248053. Solid. Oh, they had that sharp cover stock. Yeah, that's when they actually had a name for it. Strong hooking, angular, reactive performance. That was a shiny solid. Special effect. Special effect is going to be a good play for you, or outer limits black hole if you want to stick with radical. But up to you though. What about this? ZVL, make a survey of how many people would sign up for coaching for you, how much they expect to pay, and how many sessions, and people can pre-order. Would be YouTube content. That's true. It would be. It wouldn't be a bad idea. That would be a smart way of doing it. Jeremy, I'm thinking of joining my first tournament. Good luck, man. I'm having phase 2 Pearl, Ion Pro Hybrid, and Road Warrior. Yeah, I think that's a good arsenal to start. It depends if you're bowling house or sport shot tournaments too. But what I always recommend for people is try your first tournament. Start with a local tournament. Don't start with a PBA regional. That's a bad idea. Start with a local sweeper, local tournament. Here in Minnesota, we have two of my favorite tournament series to go into as a starter tournament. That's what I do. It's a handicap 3 to 4 game tournament on a sport shot. Awesome tournament. Everyone has a good chance because of handicap. The other ones are the Central Brunswick sweepers. Those happen in more central Minnesota. It's only $50 to enter, and you're bowling on something harder, but not impossible. And then it's with a lot of people that you can make money with. Like, it's a lot of guys who only bowl those tournaments. That's the only tournaments they bowl. So I think it's a great starter. And you can see a lot of really good bowlers there as well. So I think either things like that are what you should look for to try to get into your first tournament. Don't start with something big and grandiose. It's a little too intimidating, and I just don't think it's a good idea. I am a firm believer that you have to learn how to bowl. You have to almost relearn how to bowl when you bowl in tournaments and you bowl on sport shots, because things are different. It's a different sport entirely. Your goal isn't to shoot 250. I mean, it always is to shoot 250, but sometimes you just have to get, how do you elongate that 170 ball reaction to get a 190? How do you find a good pair? You get your good ball reaction and you're able to squeak in a 230. Like, it teaches you those things instead of just, I need maximum score all the time. I think it's a good one. And Talon, yeah, Central Minnesota sweeper. He completely agrees because he wins them all the time. So you could bowl against Talon if you bowl those events. But that's the thing. You're not bowling against PBA regional guys. You're not bowling against pros. Like, it's a win. It's a win there. So I think that's a good, I think there's stepping stones to tournaments. I think some like that are good ones. Mike, is your tournament this weekend on Inside Bowling? Yes, it is. I will be on Inside Bowling on Saturday night. My squad starts at 7 p.m. Central Time. Mike will be he'll be commentating, but also live streaming. So I will be bowling that night. I will be bowling my 7 games that night. So really hope you can tune in. It'd be awesome to see. I'm tempted to go live on TikTok as well. I might. Last time I did, and it was super fun. So we had a lot of people watching, so I might do the same. Maybe I'll get some Victor Cortez, some of him involved as well. You know, might as well get the other TikTok star, right? Melt Discord Zach is so fun. Discord Zach is unhinged at times and probably needs to bite his tongue more. RJ, went to see my kid bowl NCAA this past weekend. I noticed that though lanes are mid to heavy oil, Ion Max and Rockstar leaving splits and flat 10s. Is the surface too dull? Yeah, sometimes. Or the ball's not picking up enough. It could be a little bit of both. Usually, though, in college, they put a lot of surface on their bowling balls. So when that's happening, you got to bump up to something else. What balls are you taking with you this weekend? I haven't thought about it. That'll be a Saturday morning decision. So unfortunately, luckily for this tournament, I would watch and be able to determine, but I think it's going to be something like, I think Ion Max is going to come, Evoke Mayhem's coming, Effect Tour. I'll probably go like an Ion Pro, something weaker in the bag. That's a slow ball. I'll bring a couple of shiny balls. I might bring a Tank Blitz just in case people are throwing up the gutter and the gutter plays. So that's probably what it's going to be, but not positive. I'll probably go like Rockstar Amped, Viking, weaker third ball, maybe a Hyperdrive Pearl. I don't know. We'll see. I have to look at what I'll have right now and decide. Don, one of my friends used his dad's old zone. It looked like the danger zone, but wasn't. He rolled a 255 against me. Nice. Love that. Love that. Love that. All right, we're about an hour in, so if you guys haven't, make sure to subscribe or follow on whatever platform you're on. Remember, we're live on 4 platforms right now. We're live on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, and on Facebook. So If you are new, if you haven't hit that follow or subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. You get notified. You don't get like actual phone notifications when I post stuff, but I'll show up on your feed first or earlier. I'd really appreciate it. It's completely free of charge. Best way to help support the channel. Best way to continue to help grow the channel. We're trying to build this into something super fun and beneficial. So if I help you in any way, pick a bowling ball or just have fun with the game of bowling, really appreciate a sub or a follow. I never will ask you guys for money. But I'll ask you guys for the free stuff, just with that's a click away. Crooked Clever, thank you so much for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it, guys. You guys are always incredible, by the way, just with the support you have. I mean, we have 256 people watching, actually over 300 on all the platforms. I think we are the largest bowling live stream on the internet. The largest, how can I say that? I think the largest weekly bowling live stream, podcast live stream, whatever it may be. I think we're the largest. So huge thank you to you guys for that one. I really appreciate it. You guys show so much support just watching little old me. Talon, Ion Pro always, absolutely. Biggie, I have a crown victory and a combat. Both have 75 to 90 games. Is it okay to put surface, and what do you suggest? Absolutely. If they're too angular for you, I'd recommend like 2,000 grit or 3,000 grit. And then they'll lane shine back up after about 5 to 10 games. I think that's a good play. Kaya, is the Player Championships live somewhere tonight? It is live on Bowl TV. So you can watch qualifying on Bowl TV only, but that is a subscribed platform, unfortunately. John Morales, what solid ball do you recommend for a backup bowler? I would go something smooth. Something smooth and slow. IQ Tour. Alert is a good one. Venom Shock is a good one. I think those are 3 of the best backup balls, especially if you want to play a little straighter. What's a good pin down layout for a one-hander? Dominic, I'm not the biggest pin down fan, but if you do have one, I would go something like a 40 by 4.5 by 75 is the best dual angle layout for it. Gabe Too Trash, what replaces an effect tour? Nothing. Literally nothing on the market does, and I hate it. I am petrified for when Brunswick discontinues that ball. That has been a top 3 favorite ball of mine since it came out in November of 24. It is amazing, and I'm terrified when it goes away because there's nothing really quite like it. There's not much that's similar to it, unfortunately. Very, very sad. Maybe the Gremlin Tour is going to be close. Black Widow Tour is kind of close-ish, I guess. No, Gabe, it wasn't discontinued. No, it's still being made. Yeah, can confirm. Just because it wasn't on Brunswick's comparison chart doesn't mean it's discontinued. It seems like Brunswick is putting balls that will be discontinued off of that list, but they aren't discontinued yet. That's like the snapshot hasn't been on there for a while, but it just got discontinued last week. So if you didn't know that, make sure to go check out my discontinued guide. I have all 8 bowling balls that got DC'd, such as the track theorem. I'm kind of curious. If I go to bowling.com, do they have a theorem in stock? For $148? Nope, the 15s are gone. Okay, that makes sense. Is the Theorem Pearl in stock? Yes, Theorem Pearl is at $138. Yes, 15 pounds. So all of the Brunswick balls, I think, are now on sale out there. Let me check their flash sale quick. The IQ is out there, which is surprising. Super clutch. The power hitter is dirt cheap. The snapshot must be on super sale right now. That ball is currently $117. Oh, that snapshot was not well liked, man. Anthony, are you rating Arsenal soon? I'll have a little more coming out soon about the Arsenal ratings. Stay tuned for that. 300 Dreaming. I saw a transformer in the wild last night. He was an elderly right-hander. He played straight down 5. He averaged over 220. He used the pin down. Yeah, if you play straighter, pin down is the play. If you want to hook it a little bit, the pin up option is sick. Corey Jack Frost. What do I look at Facebook? I am looking at you right now, Corey. We're looking at each other now. What you got for me? I don't think if I missed your comment, apologies. Please retype it. I'll see it again. Abe, I fell into the scorpion pattern because an idiot was putting stuff on his shoes to slide. Don't put stuff on the approach. We are not allowed to as bowlers. Please note. That sucks. Tyran, when I was out bowling last night, there were 5 lanes of transformers. Holy cow. Crazy. No, the transformer is surprisingly and not surprisingly really good. Like, the ball was getting hyped so much, but it got memed on because everyone thought it was a radical knockoff. It's not, by the way, or a deviate knockoff. It's different in certain ways. That's not something I get into. I actually recorded a video for it, never posted it, just because of there's going to be a lot of backlash. But anyways, the Transformer, like a lot of people are like, all right, it's too similar to this, but is it actually going to be good? And then it came out and people are like, this ball is actually kind of good. Like Luke Rosdahl has the perfect reaction to it. He's like, this ball is actually really good. It has really good ball reaction. So that's been cool to see. Johnny, right-handed, 55, age 14 to 15. Speed, or 55 age, 14 to 15 speed, 330 revs. Would be a balanced or rev dominant. You're gonna be pretty balanced, actually. You're gonna be pretty balanced. Kaya, hoping for sharper angles. My Hysteria is just as smooth as my Ghost. Go Nebula then. You're gonna have to go Nebula. And Black Widow Dynasty review. Sorry, man. I will never have a Dynasty review. I probably won't buy one. I don't match up to Black Widows that well. But the ball looks good for Black Widow fans. Absolutely. Aggie, Stu Williams recommended Transformer Ion Pro Solid. Trying to decide two-hand or one-hand no thumb. Match to slightly rev dominant. If you're bowling league, Ion Pro Solid is the GOAT league ball. If you're bowling other stuff, Transformer is a good play. Hey, Tori Casey, what's going on, man? What is up? Did Joe, if you had about 320 revs and threw, say, 16 miles an hour and had a tournament layout of the 2025 US Open double singles pattern, what would you hypothetically take? Hypothetically, I would bring balls that are like an Ion Optimum Idol. Optimum Idol, Stealth Mode, Phase 2, Evil Eye, Raptor Rain. I think that up 5 is the GOAT play. I think that's how you knock out that pattern. I love that commentary. Tori Casey, put some sunscreen on. Would be a good replacement for the Attention Star S2. Ooh. Is there anything? I don't think there is much. Not that I know of. Like, that ball was unique. I don't know. Corey, hope he looks over again. I'm looking at you. 180 average bowler. Go to the Affinity Quest first game, then Hyper Venom or Sub-Zero. Let me scroll down. Struggle. So start with the Affinity Quest, go to the Hyper Venom or the Sub-Zero. I mean, you might have to go back up to the Infinity Quest to try to blend out the lane is the big thing with house shots is they'll start easy, they'll get hard, and then they'll get what we call cliffed, where there's a lot of oil in the middle, not much on the outside. That's where that Sub-Zero or Infinity Quest is going to be the best play. You miss right, the ball's still going to hit the pocket. So that's what I would recommend. All right, let's keep going. Go Kang. We tried hitting Aggie. Belmo turned it on, and Viper. Yeah, he woke up. No, I saw Belmo's post, which is always kind of funny. It's the yearly jet lag post. He pretty much that's happened in the last like 3 or 4 years. Like the first event is kind of a struggle bus for him. And he usually flies in like very recently to the event, which is crazy. It's wild that he does that, but then he turns it on for like usually event 2 or 3. And then it's like, oh, there's Belmo, found him. But them starting with a major this year is crazy. Very crazy to have that be the play. Gil Drew, thank you for the content. Absolutely, man. Always here to help. Spin to win. I'm working on getting some form of bowling involvement going at the University of South Dakota. We got nothing right now, so I'm pushing to get something. Unsure if it'll work out. Hey, good luck, man. I was able to make a bowling team for a couple of years. If I can, you can as well. So what I did is we started with a bowling club. All we did was go and bowl once per week, a couple of games at the local center. Then after that, we found the guys who bowled in high school, and then we tried making a college team. We took second last at every event. We never took last. We took second last at every event, but it was super fun. It was really good experience. Jeremy, it's a tournament. Ooh, in Green Bay. Good luck, good luck. Don, I suggest working your way up to tournament play by participating in local tournaments. Absolutely. BHD, need something to fill out the Bionic and Alert arsenal. You're probably going to want something shiny after that. You're probably going to want either a strong shiny or a strong sharp or weak sharp ball to pair with it. Let's see. NYX Vapor, what are your thoughts on the Zero Mercy Pearl? I think it's a good league shot ball. Tournaments, it's a little strong when you get to a ball like that, but it can be okay. It's just a super, super strong shiny ball, which there aren't many of. It's kind of like an Origin or an Ion Max Pearl is where that ball fits. Or even like a... there really isn't anything from Motive that fits that spot. The Steel Forge is a little weak for it, and Evoca Stare is a little weak. All right, let's keep on trucking. This kickstart is fire right now. This thing tastes great. Insert name. What tour ball is the best for most people? IQ Tour. IQ Tour has been the best one for 8 years or whatever it's been out, 10 years. I don't even know at this point. If you want another usable one, that's where the Black Widow Tour comes into play. That one's really good for a lot of league shots. It's Bash. What would you add to this arsenal? Game Breaker 5 Pearl, Widow Hybrid, IQ AI, and a Hustle M&M. Something dull. You have all shiny balls. Something GB5 Solid, Alert, Phase 2, Cove. Anything a little more dull or smooth is going to be the play. Last time I'm going to ask, and I'll stop being annoying. Kyle, no, all good. Do you think the Mayhem shapes like the Absolute Power, or am I off here? Ooh, I don't think it does. I like the way you're thinking, though. I would say the Absolute Power is sharper down lane and a bit weaker, but I get the shape and the ball motion is close-ish. So I don't hate it, but the Evoke is going to be earlier and smooth. Ooh, Steve Ann gives a thumbs up. Yes, thumbs ups are always helpful. Calvin, would the Black Widow 3.0 Dynasty pair with a Phase 2 Pearl? It would. That's a good combo. Sig, have you thrown the Next Factor? I have not, but I do really like it. I wish it wasn't $200, but I think it's a ball that fits a category that not many brands have a ball for. It's like a smoother Crown Victory is how I've seen it in the past, which is really cool. Jess, what's going on? Recommendation for a new ZVL chamois. Try a purple and yellow like Spyro. Ooh. Jess, you're going on my whiteboard. I like that idea a lot. I really like that purple. I could make, those are actually my high school colors as well. So let's see. Purple and yellow chamois. I like it. Remember, if you guys do want a ZVL chamois, we do have those. If you want a red one, a red and black colorway, we are actually out of those. But I do have them, so email me or DM me. Otherwise, we have both of these colorways now in stock. I think 25 of each. DH Labs, if you want to go check it out, they have some awesome chamois. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys check it out. I've gotten more and more pictures of ZVL chamois in the wild. So I really appreciate it if you guys are using them at your local leagues or whatever it may be. I have a few friends that travel a little bit more and they're like, hey, there you are. So it's been very cool. So thank you everybody who's bought a chamois in the past and uses it. It's super cool. I made it to the whiteboard. You did. Jess is officially on the board. Otherwise, we have another $5 super chat from Mike. How do I complete my 6-ball arsenal? Phase 2 Pearl, sorry. Phase 3, Virtual Gravity Nano, Hustle USA, and a dynamic, the dynamic swing. I haven't heard that name in generations. That ball was weird. That ball was really smooth. That one was kind of a meme for a minute. A lot of people, some people actually really liked it. Ooh, I would go, I think a medium dull ball or a weaker dull ball is going to be the play. IQ Tour, Alert, Venom Shock, Ion Pro Solid. I think that range is something that you're missing right now. So I would go with that. And Jay, thank you for the $5 super chat as well, man. Really appreciate it. You guys have been super, just donate heavy tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Calvin, thank you for the follow over on TikTok as well. Thank you. ZVL chamois will be used in Reno. Hey, thank you, man. Jay didn't add that super chat too well. Want to know how to add to my arsenal. What arsenal are you adding to, Jay? Let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Smoke, thank you. Absolutely. You have a hitter. Oh, you have a hitter pearl and a journey. I would go a dull ball. Again, Alert, IQ 2. I think that range. I think that's going to be the play. Venom Shock is the GOAT. Hey, the closer bowled your first 600 last night. Congratulations, man. That is a massive accomplishment. Super big congratulations to you, man. That's so cool. It's always cool to get your first 6. I remember my first 6. I shot 599 3 times before I got my first 600. And one of those 599s, I split in the 10th to get to 599. So it's always a really cool feat to be able to get to 6. That's awesome. Congrats, man. Let's see. Jeremy, I don't know if it's been asked. What did you think of the Belmo Tackett head-to-head game? I really enjoyed seeing them bowl in the museum. Oh, it was super cool. Yeah, I think that was a cool event. They got a lot of viewership. So something like that is so simple to put on in a lot of ways. but does so well for the sport. So I'm very happy to see PBA starting to go in that content direction, because people want to see the pros. Bowlers love seeing the pros bowl on whatever it may be. The more bowling, the better. So I think the PBA really took advantage there, and people loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I think that was a very well done event that they had, with Tom Clark taking the score, actual pin boys in the back. Really, really well done event. It was really cool. Joe Myers, I have a 5 3/8 inch and 2-inch down, two-handed pap, a little more on the rev dominant side. Would 4-inch pin make a ball more aggressive? It would. Yes, it would make it much more aggressive. Mike Upton, we have a celebrity on the Facebook side. Look out, world. I have drilled up the concept, and it's amazing. A newest low flare. Ooh, so anybody who doesn't know who the infamous Mike Upton is, he is a Minnesota bowler who is one of 7 guys on the planet to love the Arson low flare from Hammer. And what he does, he loves it so much that he spent real world dollars to make that. He made stickers. They're actual stickers of the Scorpion low flare, my baby, and the Arson low flare. So ask him about his low flare, which is now the concept, I guess. Alan Gobert, my Origin EX lane shines really fast. Yeah, that ball lane shined super, super quick. That ball lane shined so fast. Apollo, how do you drill the transformer as a two-hander? I saw Belmo throwing it. I thought it was a one-hand only ball. No, there are no one-hand only balls. No, the transformer has a couple different ways to drill it. If you drill into that wing, it makes the ball smoother for a two-hander as well as a one-hander. So yeah, it can be there's no true like one-handed or two-handed bowling ball. So don't worry about that. My wife has been loving the transformer at Matchmakers. Awesome. Love that. Likely will be her next ball. There you go. Treebeard. I was thinking the Zero Mercy was best, but it's not. Again, the mode of Evoke Hysteria is #1. Yeah, no, the Zero Mercy is getting a massive amount of sales, but the Evoke is still an incredible ball. So, Derek, or no, who do we? Yeah, Derek. I purchased the track Theorem due to discontinuation. I have 80 games of my original. How long can I keep the new one in box? Oh, a couple years. I mean, I still have my Halo Pearl from 2020 in the box, and it's still fine. Still A-okay. So just keep it in the box in the plastic. You'll be A-okay. RJ, I'm a Turbo Gear guy myself. What is the same texture of Vice Hat-a-Patch Blue T? Ooh, I am not too familiar with the Hat-a-Patches and which is what each one is. Austin Vanko, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Oh, it's those guys. Okay. The best texture, let me look at Turbo. I forget their range. We will be getting some turbo stuff coming in next week, so be ready for some turbo videos very soon. If you didn't hear last week, I am now partnered with Turbo Bowling, Turbo Products. So massive thank you to them. You're going to see a lot of cool turbo things coming on the channel. Comparisons and reviews of their products, some new things coming. Maybe we'll make a trip out to Detroit sooner rather than later to go say hi and get a lesson because God knows I need it. So I think the 4s, the big reds, I think are the closest you can get. Otherwise, the black, the 5 cottons are close to those Hat-a-Patches, in my opinion. I'm not the most knowledgeable on thumb tape. I don't use like on thumb tape all that much. I know Carolyn Doran Ballard loves the cotton one, the 3. That's her baby. So if you want to be like her, there you go. And she does kind of all right with it. She's only in every single Hall of Fame they've ever made for bowling. Colin, I recently picked up a white Belmo spare ball. Nice. Also best weak smooth balls. IQ Tour is one of the best weak smooth balls. Otherwise, Turbo X and Maxwell Solid. The best time to use those is generally later on in a block if you want to play straighter. And then should you drill it, that's up to you. I will never tell someone to or not to drill something, but that ball is going to be pretty pricey in a couple of years. LSK, I have a harsh solid and an origin at the top. Would the Ion Max Pearl bridge them? No. Ion Max Pearl will probably be after the origin. That is probably how that is going to go. But again, we don't really know yet because that ball has still not been fully released. Brian T, what's going up or what's going on? Good to see you. Let's see here. ZMP, the angriest origin. How do I complete my 6-ball arsenal from Mike? We hit. BHD, what would you build to build around the alert? It's a medium smooth ball, so try to grab a couple categories around it. Anthony Evans, Outer Limits Black Hole thoughts. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not seen that ball go down a lane. I mean, minus reviews. I have not seen the Outer Limits Black Hole go down a lane. I have not seen the Deep Impact go down a lane. Like any of the new radical stuff that isn't the Evil Eye, I have not seen. My area is not big on radical, but the Outer Limits Black Hole looks good. It's a very round and shiny solid ball, so it kind of fits in that bridge area between your big smooth and your big shiny balls. So it's good there, and it's a good league ball, but a lot of people have not seen much about it. I've asked a couple other guys around the country. They did not sell many of them, so they aren't the most comfortable about how good or bad it is either. So that's the one negative with that ball, is the new strategy for releasing radical balls when they did was odd, and the sales just weren't it. So you just don't see that ball around as much. That's one of the problems with it kind of reminds me of swag, is you don't see the balls much, so you don't have a truly unbiased opinion on them. Like the only swag balls I've seen thrown are pretty much from Bowler Smart staffers or swag staffers. I haven't seen an unaffiliated person who isn't a big swag head throw the swag equipment. Same with that Outer Limits, same with that Deep Impact. So we haven't sold one in our shop yet, from what I'm aware of. So it's kind of tough. I always want to. I want to see every ball go down the lane. I'd love to throw every ball, whatever it may be, but just I don't want to talk about what I think a ball is unless I know more of what it is. And like the Outer Limits, we know where it fits, but just like, is it a goat ball? Is it mediocre? Should you avoid it? No one has thrown it, really. Don, do you think we'll see the Crown 78 this week? No. The way it looks, the pros are not going to throw the Crown 78. It flares too much. It's just the problem with high flaring urethanes. The Black Hammer is just better. So I don't think we'll see the Crown 78. We will not see the NU 2.0, no matter what anybody on the internet tells you. You will see the Black Hammer, and the Black Hammer is it from Brunswick. You will not see them throw any of like the niche ones. So that's just how it is in their camp. They've released a lot of urethanes. Every time a higher flaring urethane gets released, it doesn't get thrown. It's just not better than the original. So we won't see it at all. Jay, all right, figured this out. Left hand two-hander, new 2.0 and IQ 78. Awesome for a lefty. Effect 2 are awesome for a lefty. Phase 2 solid. Awesome for a lefty. That looks good. No, I really like what you got, man. I really like what you got. I mean, if you want, you can get a shiny ball after it, but right now it looks good. And then SGT, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. Really appreciate it. And I have another one from Anthony we'll hit in a second. But SGT currently have an Arctic Vibe and a Black Widow V1. What would be a good third ball? Shiny ball. Something shiny to go after that Black Widow tour. So that could be like Hammerhead Pearl, Crown Victory Pearl. You could even go up into like the Hater Pearl range if you want. And Anthony Evans fell at the top of my bag. Energize, Ion Pro Solid, and a Bubblegum Vibe. Earlier than the Energize, Zero Mercy, Spartan, Synthesis, RST Hyperdrive Solid would be the best. All right, David, what would be a good pearl to follow the Cove? High Road 40. I like the High Road 40 after it. I think a Crown Victory Pearl can fit there as well. And Mike, how do I complete? Oh, we hit yours, Mike. Swedish Things, second year league bowler. 100% appreciate your content. Always look forward to more. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Swede. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are way too kind. way, way too kind. Jeff Burton, the Jeff Burton. Bowled second league every Saturday, so lanes are always burnt. I have the Tour V1 and the Typhoon, asking to sub on Fridays for fresh. Gonna buy a Combat Pearl. Ever since you said the ball was good. Nice. Awesome. Thank you. Good luck with that. I hope it rolls well for you. Really hope it rolls well. Aggie, I saw a couple Crown 78s, just not really throwing many shots from those who I saw. A couple of NU 2.0s in the bag. Yeah, the staffers will always test them. Like, you're going to see that a lot. That's why I was watching the practice session a little bit, and I posted on my Discord, like, everyone's only throwing the concept. Why were they only throwing the concept? When, like, in the actual event, they threw the IQ 78 to try out, to see what it does. I'm guessing they tried it, but then went back to the Black Hammer. Just how it is. Jeremy, what is the purpose of hybrid balls? Hybrid balls are fake and stupid. All right, now that I upset somebody, no, I am not a fan of thinking a hybrid is in between a solid and a pearl. They really don't fit there. So the best way to look at it is dull or shiny. Viking, for example, 900 Global Viking. That is a shiny hybrid bowling ball. I see it as a pearl. It acts more like a pearl than like a hybrid, because hybrid isn't really a shape. There isn't really a bridge spot there that really works well. Next, let's go to what are some other hybrids? Deep Impact. Deep Impact is a hybrid. We'll go to Radical. We'll give the Deep Impact a minute of love, even though it's a wildly named ball. It's a dull ball. Super dull. It acts like a solid. Combat Hybrid. It acts like a solid. If you told me that ball was hybrid after I would see it go down the lane, I would think you're lying. Maximum Effect. Those are dull balls, which act more like solids than like shiny balls or pearl balls. So I always like to see the hybrids in one camp or the other. Now, can you mix and match? Of course you can. Absolutely. That's where bridge balls come into play. But I don't think hybrids always fit right in between the two. It just doesn't really work like that anymore. And it never really did in the first place. So hopefully that helps you, Jeremy. Hopefully that helps. And P. Jason, thank you for the $5 super chat as well. Thoughts on the following for the first time to Reno. Ooh, good luck, man. Good luck. Pure Envy, Envy Tour, Hammerhead, Bubblegum Vibe, New 2.0. Honestly, I would go with something stronger than the Bubblegum Vibe. A stronger shiny ball might be a little better, but otherwise, you did good. I like it. I think it looks good. Origin is a hybrid. I've liked it either shiny or dull. And there are a couple, there's a lot of solid balls that look good, shiny and dull as well. Rockstar, for example. I love that thing shiny. It looks sick dull as well, but it acts more like that shiny ball when it's shined up. Smoother than its pearl counterparts, but it's still a shiny ball. So that's usually how I try looking at it. Matthew, thoughts on the Kegel training individual lessons? I'm sorry, I don't know much about the individual lessons from Kegel. I know they're good. I just don't know how good or how bad. Like, I guarantee they're great. I guarantee they're great. They're expensive, but I think they're really good from what I've heard. Bayou purple and yellow for Tigers. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's keep going. We are way behind. So thank you guys so much. Who's everyone hopping in right now? Would appreciate a follow or a like or whatever you can on the channel. Would help a ton. Let's see. Kyle, cue ball. That would be recommended. That you would recommend. Oh yeah, I think what balls are stronger than the Ghost, but same category. Stealth mode, phase 2. Yeah, Lethal Venom. Shield. Do you think that the Zero Mercy Pearl is a good step down from the solid? I've not heard many good things about the Pearl. I would not get both. I think that's a lot of really strong cover to have in the same bag. If you only have a 4 or 6 ball arsenal, go with something else. Go with like a Black Widow Mania then. Patrick, you bowling at Station 300 this weekend for the $3,000 money pot line? No, I am not. That's the Michigan one, right? No, I am bowling in Iowa, in Waterloo. John's Bowling Buddies, always using my chamois. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Don, Belmo, both EJ on wood lanes with no dots or arrows. That would be a challenge. Oh, boy. I have to count. You. Official Mike, bag 1, effect 2 or max effect, special effect. There you go. Nobody likes that low flare, Tyrant? No, they didn't, except for Mike. Mike has beat me up in so many events with that stupid low flare. That is his purple hammer. Like, what a purple hammer is to, like, an Eric Jones or Dio Bernard, that's what it is for Mike Upton. It's crazy. The dude is just a myth among men. He's a god, basically. Incredible. Cody, the concept looks good from what I saw. Yeah, absolutely. Brian, do you have a reference to what pin placements do for bowling balls? I will actually have a drilling guide coming out maybe tomorrow. I'll have a dual angle drilling guide, which should be able to help. Tyran, step the Scorpion low flare. Oh, Scorpion low flare is the goat. For the Storm concept, if track flares are tight, wouldn't that still carry down even if it absorbs fast? It will, but not as much. So there was kind of a myth going around for a little bit of, there's a myth going around that like urethane balls don't carry down oil, low flaring balls do. Urethane carries more oil down than low flaring does. Otherwise, we would have ran into this problem years ago. But no, the concept does carry down like every ball does. It carries down a little more than something like a gem or a Zero Mercy solid that flares a lot, but it doesn't carry down as much as urethane. It's much closer to the reactive side in that regard. So it does carry down just a lot less than its urethane counterparts. Larinsk, I just bought a lightly used effect tour. How do you think I should drill it as a one-handed lefty balanced bowler? I always drilled mine 4.5, or what I go, 40, 4.5, 40, what I did. Abrew, I just watched most of the podcast, and I don't think they really directed anything. Okay, cool. No, that'd be good. Yeah, somebody mentioned that they jabbed at me. So if you guys ever hear anything of me that like sounds a little like sounds bad and I'm not tagged in or anything, let me know. Just in any way. I know it's happened a couple times on TikTok as well. Just let me know. It's always good to know. I always take the feedback if it's positive or negative. I always want to have the feedback and to be able to help out. Because I know there's a swag Facebook group that didn't like I did a categorization guide of swag balls. They weren't big fans of it. But I wasn't tagged in anything, so I don't know what they didn't like, minus a couple pictures that I was sent. So I always appreciate the feedback, positive or negative. Like, that's what helps. And for swag stuff, I told everybody, no one knows what this stuff does. We have very few reviews, so I'd really appreciate some feedback. So if there ever is that you guys see about me, please let me know. That'd be really appreciated just for me to be able to help myself out, and help the content out. Is it worth traveling to Cali for a lesson with Mark Baker? I would do the virtual. Virtual is a heck of a lot cheaper than a plane ticket. JH, Spartan and Energize work well for me. What's a good third option for house? You might like an alert to go well below it. I think that might not be a bad play, especially if you want to stick in the Brunswick camp. I know Luke is a big fan of quad clears, Crown Victory Pearl, stronger complement to the intel. It is. Yeah, I don't like clears very much. I'm more of like the colored ones. The clears are a little too tacky for me, but to each their own a lot of the time. Jaybird, do you think the Venom Shock would be a good league ball? Yes. We get a lot of carry down after game 1 and go to the phase 2 in game 2. I think it's a little too strong. Yeah, that would be a good step down from it. Mick, I was iffy on my first swag ball, but I love the Fusion Hybrid. It's been my favorite above the Theorem. It made me a big fan of swag. So, that's what I kind of heard with a lot of the swag stuff is like, if you threw the Black Dragon Pearl or the Fusion Hybrid, you really like them. If you threw the other stuff, you probably don't like them much. So that's what I was told with my equipment from some swag guys. They're like, all right, you kind of got the bad balls. I got the Apex Pearl and the Craze Hybrid is what I was sent back when I was with somebody else. And they weren't good. They were just not good for the situations they should have been good in. So they were all saying like, you got the bad ones. You should probably try these instead. And they're pretty decent. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what the new good ones are going to be. JH, yep, we hit. Talon, what do you think of ball motion is I'm currently missing? You're not really missing much anymore, Talon. You kind of got rid of a lot of those old bowling balls that you had, which is good because the new covers are going to strike more. That's just, it's just a fact that new bowling balls will strike more than counterparts from like 5 or 10 years ago, just because they're softer. Like everything isn't fully hardened in the ball. They just are better. So I think you're good. I think you're good with what you got right now, which is an awesome spot to be. Gabe True Trash, calm down. You calling me Unk. Insert name, any sites or YouTube that teaches you adjustments on leaves. There aren't many videos. I think D Tang had one. Brad and Kyle might have one. I've been trying to like passively work on one for a while, but I need a lot of time in a bowling center to showcase that stuff. And I just don't get that much right now, which is unfortunate. Aggie, I saw a couple. Oh, yeah, we hit that one. TFD, I've been learning how to hook a ball. I'm still working on getting my release consistent. When should a noob get their pap measured? Well, it sounds like you've been doing it for a while, so I think you've got, oh, you're done. Oh, sorry, Gabe. So I think now is a good time to get your pap. If you're still working on your release, just be ready for your pap to change a lot. But I think that's a-okay. Like for me, I've been working on my release for like 4 years straight, trying to fix some things. And it has, my pap changes a lot, but there's not much I can do about it. So I just check it more often. So I recommend finding it and then start checking it every couple of months is a good option. Billy, how do you think the new Gremlin's going to play? I don't know. The new Gremlin, I have no idea. I thought it was going to be a little bit sharp. And then I saw Brad throw it at the PTQ and it was a lot smoother. It was a lot smoother than I thought, which is good. It's a tour ball. I think it's going to be like that Black Widow tour. I think it's going to be in a very similar spot. Probably a little smoother is my guess, but it should be a similar spot. Aggie, yep, we hit you. Talon, look at the Ion Pros. The solid is far cleaner than the hybrid. Exactly. Mick, the only hybrid I've thrown that has a hybrid shape is the Theorem, and that one's more on the Pearl side as well. Random, what's a good strong sharp ball? Two-handed lefty balance. There's a billion of them. What is a good strong sharp ball? Two-handed lefty. Evoke Hysteria. Lefties like motive stuff. Smoother ones. Black Widow, kind of. Little sharp. It's a little too sharp in my opinion. Energize is probably a bit better. Storm, I would lean towards like a Viking more than anything. It's a little smoother than like an Equinox, something like that. Oh, pull up. Holy cow, calm down, brother. Is this a good bag? I mean, maybe. Crown Victory, GB5 Pearl, Hammerhead Solid. I mean, it's a good 3-ball bag. Yeah, you've got the middle of your bag covered, so that should be okay. Timberwolf, how do you get overseas balls? Overseas balls are very hard to find. People in the States need to have connections overseas to get them sent over. They're generally really expensive as well. So eBay, there's a couple guys online who sell them. Bowler's Asylum does. Bowler's Connection Pro Shop on eBay. Those guys sell a few overseas balls, but kind of few and far between. James O'Brien. Chris Barnes was talking to me about the 6-ball arsenal yesterday at the Players. He said the arsenal is mainly for two-handers like himself and like Zach. The arsenal is mainly for two-handers like us, like Zach. Which Zach? And himself. Are you talking about Ryan Barnes, James? I'll need you to explain a little bit on that one. Vito, I found that hybrids are good on fresh house shot oil pattern, especially if a solid is too strong. Pearl is not quite strong enough. Well, it depends on the hybrid, right? Like, there are very few hybrids that actually are in the middle of your bag. Outright, especially out right now. Bionic is about the only one. But, like, I think it's a little too blanket of a statement to say all hybrids fit here, because they don't at all. Like, hybrids are the wild card in the situation. I never like to say, like, yeah, all hybrids are good on fresh, because, like, Crown Victory, no, do not throw that on fresh. That is a transition ball. That is basically a pearl ball. The hybrid as well. So yeah, it's they're always tough. It's always so tough. And Carolyn Doran Ballard doesn't like my take on that either. I mentioned it on Bowlers Network probably 2 weeks ago. She wasn't a big fan of my take, but she kind of got it. That's actually a take, by the way, that isn't just from me. Darren Tang has mentioned it, and Chris Barnes and Stu Williams have both talked about that. So that is not like a ZVL specific thing. That is something that others have mentioned. James O'Brien. Oh, there you go. He said, since I'm a two-hander, the arsenal is mostly for one-hander, so it's not very important to get a lot of sharp balls. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's right. Submarine, the chat jabbed at you today. Okay, the chat did. Okay, Mike. I see. Thank you. Appreciate that. The fans are calling me names. Okay, yeah, I'm still gonna hit up that. It's still been some irreparable damage to the business. I need to, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to reach out to that. I'm new to this whole stuff, so it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I've reached out. I got ignored. K-Brew, as a motive guy, I have high hopes for the Gremlin Tour. Good. For a good video on adjustments, I like JR. Oh, JR has a system on it? Oh, the Frankie video. Okay, yeah, the Frankie video, they hit into it. Yeah, that one's really good. They did a great job with that one. Justin Duga, what's the best place to find a Proton? eBay. eBay's your best bet. AGM shop spareway. Mike, combat hybrid or Spartan for strong asymmetrical solid? I would. You do have an Infinity already. Then I'd go Spartan. Phantom prediction of the Bionic with 2K or 1500. It'll be a quicker phase 2 then if you put 2000 on it. What's Brunswick's best ball right now? Purple Hammer. Once that gets banned, if it does, I don't know if it will. Alert. Alert is their best one. Never pick Nate Stubler in fantasy again. Oh, poor Stubes. Joe, looking to get back into rolling. What are your thoughts on Hammer? Hammer has a lot of great equipment. Awesome equipment. They have a little bit of everything too. CID John Colwell, thank you for the follow. AGM, definitely want to hear an opinion on the Ion Max Pearl. Once we have an Ion Max Pearl in the wild, then we'll be able to talk more. That'll be good. Joe, the last balls I rolled were Rhino and Orange Dot. You might want like an Arctic vibe to start, Joe. You might want an Arctic vibe. It'll be cheaper. It'll hook a little less, but it'll be a good starter ball. Or not starter ball. I hate saying the word starter ball. It'll be a good, like, weaker ball for you. That'll fit. Justin, we hit Gabe. Who do you think has the best release on tour? Mitch Hoope. I think Hoope is the big dog in that regard. His super heavy ball roll is so good. So good. I think he has, it's just, yeah, I think that's the best. That's my favorite. All of the guys, though, have incredible ball roll on tour. Like, you have to. That is, to be on tour, you need the physical game. The physical game has to be there. The ball roll has to be there. I always like to call it PBA roll, where their ball is super heavy rolling, but it doesn't puke out down lane because their rev rates are so high. It's awesome. It's sick. Oh, Keith, they've spent an hour talking about the purpose of staffers and influencers, but they don't get value you bring to the space. So yeah, I kind of want to hit that quick. Sean Rash kind of mentioned it too in his video with Charles, where what are influencers? Honestly, bowling is just old. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna be blunt. Bowling is old. The sport is not, but bowling is stuck like it's 2002. Personally, I would say I have sold without trying. I don't try to push people to buy bowling balls, but like, look at tonight. How many bowling balls have I recommended for people? 100? 75? I'd say 100, close to 100, right? Maybe. I don't know. Let me know if that's BS. But I think that's the purpose of influencers for a ball company. People aren't going to their pro shops anymore to ask these questions because a lot of pro shops don't give good advice, or they just are too busy, or you have to go in person. In person isn't really a thing as much. So what is the point of influencers? Is that to bowling ball companies. Charles from The Hype has sold more bowling balls than I bet most pro shops in America, solely because he has ball reviews on it. He nudges people in different directions based on how the ball looks in his hands. Darren Tang, Brad and Kyle, whoever it may be, they have sold more bowling balls in that way. Like I said earlier, Brad Miller sold so many concepts today in the PTQ, not even qualifying, in the pre-tournament qualifier. That man sold more concepts than Outer Limits were sold at pro shops. Maybe that's probably mean, but I would argue that they sold so many concepts were pre-ordered just because Brad made it look good at the PTQ and they put it on YouTube and are influencers. So it's always so weird. It's so weird when bowling guys just like don't understand. Like, you see influencers in other areas and companies are showering them with stuff and money, because that's the reason is they sell more products than anybody. I was just listening to someone earlier today who was like, here's some tips for you as an influencer. Like, when I had 500,000 follows on TikTok, I would, at a minimum, companies would have to give me $2,000 for me to show their product, because that is how much stuff I'm selling. And she had the numbers for it. So it's crazy. Ion Max Pearl, JBG. Yeah, they didn't show the Ion Max Pearl clips in the vlog yet. I think they'll be showing that probably in today's vlog, whenever that releases, probably tomorrow. I guarantee they will sell 1 billion Ion Max Pearls because of that. We'll talk about the Radical guys because they were talking about it. If Radical had anybody throwing the Outer Limits black hole for more than a 5-minute review video, I guarantee there would be so many more sold. But if you don't embrace that culture of things, you're going to be left in the dust. Just how it is. Swag, how did Swag get big? Is it because of their marketing? No. The reason Swag got big is because Sean Rash pushed it, Charles pushed it, Luke pushed it. That is, here, simple. Sorry, I'm ranting right now, but we're going to go with it. This is probably going to get me in trouble from some. But oh well, let's see. Swag, Raise Tour solid. Let's see. Charles, 5,000 views. Luke, 6,500 views. Swag's video, only 2,000. That's why. Like, I know the Radical guys were talking about it. We'll hit up Radical quick. I know Radicals does not. like, they have 27,000 subscribers. They've been a channel since like 2012. Their deep impact video got less than 1,000 views. That is the problem. And if there's marketing people at Brunswick, Storm, or Motive who check this out, that is what causes a ball to not sell well to the masses. The old school marketing, putting it in the Bowler's Journal, putting it in a catalog, doesn't do as much. Sorry, I'm pointing at my monitor, as a video for it. So if you're, I mean, Evil Eye got 16,000 views on the Throwbot video. What is the best-selling ball Radical has had in a year? The Evil Eye. How many did the Deep Impact get? 6. That actually did way better than I thought. Oh yeah, and yeah, Brunswick is still being super snarky with Storm. I don't like that either. Nick is being a child with his stuff, but Hype 11K on his about that ball. That is what can sell a bowling ball, not the old school marketing plays. Not the company making a video explaining the in-depth stuff doesn't do as much. Or just praying that people see your website. Like, I don't know. I'm very biased because I am an influencer. But I mean, look at that. Brad Miller makes me want a concept. Mike, Brad had me looking at a concept. That is where everything is in 2026. And the old guys who don't embrace it, unfortunately, will be left behind on it. So that's been kind of the surprising thing with bowling, is just everywhere is just behind. And that's where, like, me doing this, like the unbiased part, I'm one of the first truly unbiased guys in bowling. And no one knows how to react. It's interesting because bowling's never had that. Bowling is so far behind the times compared to tech, compared to video games, compared to fashion, compared to sports, everything. So I don't know. Hopefully companies start embracing it more, but I've seen more of a pullback on a lot of the companies on the social media stuff. And I don't know what the problem is, but it's odd. Yeah, K-Stark is perfect. Bowling is so stuck in the past. Don't even get me started on the lack of use of technology. It's insane. I made a website and people freaked out, dude. Like, I made a ZVL bowling website in 2 hours is when I got the skeleton of it ready to go. That is unheard of in bowling. Like, a website that's not from a ball company? That's crazy. Get with the times. Like, it's 2026. That's the thing, Larry. Hype says every ball is the best and to go buy it whether it's good or not. How many has he sold? He sold a lot. When you say a ball is really good, your sales skyrocket. Why is every ball review so overly positive? Because you sell more balls. I probably sold 0 pyramid prime solids when I said the ball sucked and showed that it wasn't good. But if I said, this ball is actually really sick, you should check it out, I would have sold a lot of them. So it's a big thing to keep track of in the bowling game. It's crazy. Brian took a jab at the Transformer core design last week. I love Brian. He's an awesome dude, but I'm going to be honest, that ball's selling like hotcakes. So, selling well. So, just like their Zero Mercy is selling well. Like the Evoke Hysteria was selling well. I don't know. Sales is a big one. Marketing is as important as a lot of that stuff. And if you don't market the stuff, or you're seen as the company that just takes jabs at everybody else in bowling, it's going to be a negative for you. I work in digital marketing, and the bowling industry is still stuck in 2010 in terms of what they're doing. Absolutely it is. 100%. Love the design, love the website, use it all the time. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. That's crazy. Spareware, are we talking about how outdated bowling is? Exactly. 100%. X person just threw a 300 with blank ball. That sells a ball instantly. Sometimes it does. I think bowling has gotten a little too far of like, hey, person XYZ, here's a clip of them throwing 300 with ball XYZ, but there's so many clips of that because everyone posts them. That's mattered less. But it's truly like, this is why the ball is so good sells it more. Brad today, they did an excellent job explaining why the concept was what was needed. That is what sold him. It isn't just go buy this ball. Bowling fans have woken up a lot to the industry saying, go buy this, it's good. Well, why is it good? Don't worry about it, it's good. Like, that doesn't sell it anymore. That used to. Oh, the 2010s, that is how bowling balls sold. It's like, hey, this, I don't know, insert a ball here. Brunswick, what was that ball that I hated? Kingpin Rule. This Brunswick Kingpin Rule is awesome. It hooks in the mid lane, super sharp down lane. Well, why is it good? Well, because of those things. Okay, sure, I'll buy it. I don't know. And then it sucked. That doesn't do it anymore. No, you need actual reason, which I don't think some people have taken on. You know, I can take the conversation and rant for hours. Oh, Ryan, absolutely. I agree. Let's see. Stark, I'm vibe coding a pro shop website in Cursor. Not a dev, so it's going slow. I do have ball ranking page and algorithms to place new releases. There you go. That's the thing. Like, I'm a software developer. I made this on Google Sites, and it's already thousands of people are checking it out every month. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. It's kind of the fight I rant about every day of the year. Callan, I like the Kingpin Rule. That ball sucked. I think it was the Kingpin Rule. I might be thinking of a different king. Oh, I am thinking of a different Kingpin. What Kingpin am I thinking of? Oh, maybe it wasn't the Rule. No, it was the Max. The Max, the green one sucked. That's what it was. Yeah, bowl.com is better than any brand's website. They're incredible. They do awesome. Someone throwing a strike in a video isn't nearly as impressive as someone doing well in a tournament vlog. 100%. That's where, because tournament bowling is growing more and more, people want to see how it actually compares in the world. So that's one of the big problems with reviews, and reviews are still getting a lot of views, so they're never going to go away. But I would love to see actual reviews of, like, here was first opinion, but how does it do on PBA Scorpion? I bowled a tournament this weekend, and here it is. I saw a lot of people who watch my stuff this weekend, and one of the biggest compliments I got was like, it's really cool to see someone who does internet stuff who actually bowls a lot. Because a lot of the guys just don't have time for it or just don't. And that was that one made me take a step back for a minute. Like, huh, that is true. A lot of the ball reviews just aren't about it, or the ball sit in a garage and then you never hear about it again. So it's interesting. It's an interesting space. I don't know. I could rant for hours about it. Vlog style is getting more popular. Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. Vlog style was popular in regular YouTube in 2010. And now bowling is like, this is so cool. We're 15 years behind. So by the time like Mr. Beast style videos get big in bowling, it'll be like 2032. Pretty much how it's going to be. Nico, I really believe that balls of the past are just as good as new balls. They aren't. Well, asterisk. They are, but aren't. The cover stocks are worse. The cores are pretty similar. The cover stocks are eons worse, though. They need less oil. The new cover stocks are just stronger and hook in better parts of the lane. I think 2025 and 6 is the best we've ever seen the bowling ball market in history. Just with how the conditions are. Talon, I'd love to start filming the tournaments I bowled. Exactly. It's very hard to do, though, especially to do it well. That's the one thing I think we forget with Brad and Kyle and with Darren and all the Storm guys who do stuff. It's very hard to make a vlog. It's very, very hard to make a vlog. You need to pay an editor to do it. It is a lot of footage. It is a lot of video, and there's a lot of bad takes. But it's really cool when it turns out well, and it's a moneymaker. I mean, Brad and Kyle's hour-long video today, what, made them probably $5,000? I can't be that off on it. I'd say it made them $5,000. I don't know where it's at right now. Let me look quick. If it's at 75,000 views already. Oh, it's 60,000 views. Yeah, that video made a couple grand. Yeah, easily. Crazy. I'd actually like reviews on actual venues. Absolutely. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Get me get me going a different direction. Perfect. I'm a 550 to 600 league bowler, and I'm looking to upgrade my exponent Pearl. I was thinking the Bionic, but I just don't know. If you are a more balanced bowler, that Bionic will be a little better for early game. So the exponent Pearl was a better late game ball, but early game ball, I think it's a good option. Hopefully that helps. Oh, K-Brew, exactly. Plus visits to the website. Yeah, people are buying from their website. They're buying their merch. It is just a flow. Like, that if you get people to watch your video, they click the description links. In the description, you can make make more money on that stuff. Dust, the PBA vlogs help so much showing what balls work where. The TV shows really don't highlight it. That is, I think the two sources for me, how I've grown so much in understanding bowling balls, Brad and Kyle, and Chris Barnes and Stu Williams. I think those are the two platforms that have helped me understand more about bowling ball motion and what bowling balls fit where than anywhere. I think if you're somebody who just doesn't know where to start, I think just absorbing their content, going back into their old content is a great way to learn about bowling ball motion, what bowling balls do what when, why they do what they do, things like that. I think they are the two best sources on the internet for that because they see it at such a good level and they can explain it better. So hopefully, yeah, if you are someone out there who's like, man, I want to learn more. If you're here 2 hours later watching this, even afterwards, you're like, man, I would love to learn more about bowling ball motion and I don't know where. Watch those guys. Brad and Kyle, watch their old vlogs, watch some of their old patterns, watch their Masters, US Open, things like that. Derek, honorable mention CTD. Well, CTD is just a ball reviewer. Ron's a good dude, but he's a ball reviewer. He's in the same category as every other person whose channel is ball reviews. Now, Ron has a very small amount of incredible non-ball review videos. His Apex Pearl video or Apex Jackal video, sick, super well done. But all of his videos are mainly either his products or ball reviews. And you can't learn off a ball review. If you're trying to learn bowling ball motion off a ball review, it's not going to happen. Most ball reviews do not give you that deep information like a Brad and Kyle vlog, like a Darren Tang vlog, like even Packy's vlogs don't get into it as much, but he still does a good amount. But those guys really help you understand that stuff. Yeah, I wish you could show that more in a ball review. No one has cracked the code how. And now ball reviews have kind of veered into this ball's the best, go buy 3 of them instead of how do we teach. Luke Rosdahl was also incredible at showing that stuff. Still is incredible at showing that stuff. While he has very long videos, he does showcase it and explains the ball motion as a bowler, which is good. All right. Whew. We are going to call last call for questions on that as Zach went on full rant. I didn't rant at all until the very end, so that was crazy. That was like a 30-minute rant too. So let me know. Make sure to drop a follow or a like before you go, but we'll do last call for questions of anything out there, and then we'll be calling it a day. So I'll hit probably 5 to 10 more questions, then we'll go on our merry ways. Brennan, what do I miss about the Ion Max Pearl? We know very little about it. Brad Miller threw a 300 with it, but otherwise we don't know much. More coming on Monday. Caden, what's the difference between the outer limit solid and the rally? Rally is quicker down lane. How should I drill each to get different reactions? Rally, I would drill weaker and probably put like 3,000 grit on it. And the outer limits, try to keep it like 1,000 to 2,000 grit and drill it a little stronger. Cub Killer, I'm a high school bowler, rev dominant, one hand righty, slightly balanced, or rev dominant. I have the Viking, Blackout, AI, and Origin EX. I'd recommend some weaker stuff. IQ Tour, Alert, Turbo X, Venom Shock, things like that. Aggie, I like that Stu and Barnes won't go all super hype on SPI stuff. No, they're blunt. They are honest. Listen to Stu about the level. He talks about throwing that thing in the garbage every other day. It's cool to see how honest they are on it. And I know for a fact, I can confirm through that Storm does not ask staffers to be overly positive. They don't. That's just staffers doing what they do. Or ball reviewers from their stuff, just doing what they do. Tyran, slide or plant? Slide. If you planting puts a little too much pressure on your knee and hip, and you can cause some injuries in the long run. Roy Larson, you got a serious question. Ask away, ask away. You ranted through my super chat, Brian. You had a super chat? Oh, I did. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. My son has a Black Widow 3.0, Phase AI, Raw Hammer. Any suggestions as he's bowling tournaments? I would get something below the Black Widow, but above the Raw that is smooth. Smoother bowling balls are good for those regional tournaments. Alert, Phase 2, Rockstar. Rockstar might be really good. Vengeance is probably a little too close to the Black Widow. Things like that I think will help. Thank you again so much for the super chat. I'm so sorry for missing it, Brian. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What do I pair with a Primal Ghost? Nebula. Nico, for tournament play, I agree the new balls would perform better, but for league, I say old balls. I would disagree again. I just in general, a new ball, like a ball that was just poured and just gets to you that you just drill is going to strike more. Like new ball carry is an actual thing. The new cover stock, like when a cover stock is fresh, it does strike more. It just reads the lane in a better spot. Older bowling balls, because they usually have a, like, if it's a brand new old bowling ball, it still be great. And league, like league, you can get sorry, I was reading something else. League, you can make any ball look good. Like I'm averaging 225 right now, and my Discord chooses my bowling balls every week. Like you can make a lot of balls look good at league, and it's just how good, right? Like I know when I made a video a while ago that urethane shouldn't be thrown on house shot. I had a lot of guys who were like, I averaged 190 on it. And my response usually was, but you could probably average 205 with a reactive ball. So it depends what you consider good, right? Like league is a tough one because some guy, I mean, AJ Rice is averaging like 260 this year. He's bringing like one ball and just, he's got it locked in. League can be all over the place because the shot's easier. It's not a bad thing either. Remember that. House shots are not bad. Roy Larson just got a slightly used S2. My pro shop guy asked me if I wanted to have it shiny. I told him it's replacing my Equinox Pearl. Yeah, you need it shiny then. Then definitely shiny. It'll be smoother no matter what. It wouldn't be bad. Jaybird, though, disagree on CTD, has a large amount of other info. You just have to go to his playlist. That's who put the bug in my ear for science. Yeah, no, his old stuff 100%. His old stuff, he has a lot of it, but you have to dig. Like he isn't currently making like new education stuff as much. I mean, we can check him out. And again, I like Ron. He just commented on one of my videos. He's a good dude, the way it seems. I've never talked to him. I haven't talked to like any people in the bowling space. Like there's maybe like 2 actual creators. But if we look at creating the difference, like yes, in the past they did make a lot of really cool stuff, but the last couple of videos are go here. Stealth mode hybrid, synthesis, ball review collaboration with Charles, ball review. I don't know what that one is. Ball review, product review, ball review, product review, ball 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 review, best of video. So yes, in the past, yes, but not, he's not, there aren't many people currently trying to make that kind of stuff is the one thing. Okay, let's get a couple more and then we'll call it a day. FB, how do you compare the Zero Mercy Solid to the Max Effect? Zero Mercy is earlier and smoother. Cub Killer, we hit. I said something a little bit weaker on the smooth side. Belmo dropped to the cut line. Rutro Reggie. Ooh, let's see. We'll get a quick PBA update. All right, we are at loading. We are loading. Okay, we're done loading. Sean Maldonado still in the lead by 31 pins over a guy named EJ Tackett. My rookie of the year pick, CJ Petrin. 3rd place right now, 560 over. Dude, his ball roll is awesome. He's sick. Matt Ogle, Graham Fa, Deron Booker, Andrew Anderson is still steadily in 7th place. Tim Foy, Nate Garcia still in top 10. Trevor Roberts, Brad Miller still in 11th. Mitch Hoope in 12th. Dio Bernard snuck up to 13th. He had a day. He popped off. Robarge in 14th. BJ Moore, Anthony Simonson, Matt Taylor, Riley Patton is in the cut. Good for him. Ryan Barnes in the cut. Timmy Tan, Trey Brand in the cut. Prather is in the cut. Bonta. And the cut number is Jason Belmonte by 7 with 3 games to go on Badger. I'm going to be watching bowling after this to see how it all ends up. Kevin McCune, Packy, Zach Tackett, Ethan Fior, Dom Barrett, Kyle Troop, all in striking distance. Stu Williams made a run. He's only 50 out of the cut. Good for him. He was having a tough day, but he's making a run. Looks like Kyle Sherman is not going to be winning this first event, and he will be on the color commentary booth. Sean Rash is at 190 over. Chris Barnes 194. They've had a little better runs today. Who else? Matt Russo is not doing hot. Bug Kroll is struggle bussing right now. Nate Stubler, Kevin Williams, Gene Perez, a bunch of lefties. Chris Vi is still down there. Smalls is down there. Gary Haynes, Thomas Larson, Cam Crow, they're all pretty near the bottom. I don't know who that is. Jonathan Norman. Oh, he made it through the PTQ. Cool. But yeah, that is where it is right now. That is our final PB update for the day. Remember, Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Time, watch the CW app or TV show or whatever it may be to go watch the show. The more viewers that bowling has when it goes on the CW, the better it is for all of us. I will be bowling at that event, so I will not be watching too closely. Hopefully I'm bowling. Otherwise, I really would like if you guys can check out Inside Bowling this Saturday evening. There's going to be a lot of free watching of bowling, qualifying going on. Might be able to see me for a couple of games, but otherwise should be a lot of other fun stuff. So we are going to call it on that. I do want to thank everybody who's hopped in tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys are the absolute goats. So TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. Thank you so much. Shout out to our sponsors. We have bowling.com in the corner, Turbo in the bottom left, G Fuel. Use code ZVL Bowling for 30% off at checkout. We have a new sponsor in Spareware that we're going to have a video on very soon. You can get a coupon ZVL at checkout for a little bit off on there as well. A lot of other cool places. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, I will see you all on the next one. All right, then we got all of the regular stuff left. Thank you guys all so much who've hopped in. We had a lot of Facebook people, a couple of Twitch people, a lot of YouTube people. Really appreciate your guys' love and support. It means a ton. These always... Wednesday is my favorite day of the week for these. You guys are so fun to hang with. So fun. You're willing to put up with my absolute BS. So we will have a lot more coming very, very soon. But make sure to check out Inside Bowling this weekend. Make sure to go drop them a subscription so you can stay notified on their live stream because it should be a really fun event. Should be some really good bowlers there. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all on the next one.